was very stimulating. Not yet. Quite stimulating, wouldn't you say? Come in, Alexander. No, no, no. Not yet. Alexander. Not yet. Quite stimulating, wouldn't you say? It was very stimulating. Not yet. Alexander. No, no, no. Alexander. It was very stimulating. Quite stimulating, wouldn't you say? Not yet. Alexander. Not yet.
You know what we want. You want it too. Come, join us.
How do you know what I want?
You're young. Think young, brother.
You make it tempting.
We are one. One.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live in Technicolor from the beautiful Hollywood Hills, California. The show where the total retail price of their advice is $0. This is TheLine's Talk. Featuring guest stars, Lorp action figure collector, Kapla, its stars and garters. Also featuring, Joey, have you ever been in a Turkish prison? Look out, it's Automaton 2000. And now, the man with the chatter, he doesn't have a bladder. Here's your host, Captain Idol.
Hello and welcome to Timelines Talks, the #1 premium, all-exclusive show for all things Star Trek Timelines. I'm Captain Idol, and this week we've got a fantastic show for you all tonight. I am joined as always by my host, Stars and Garters and Automaton 2000. This week, how are you doing, gentlemen? How are you?
You know what? It's been a bit of a slow day, but it's picking up. But I also have to take umbrage with the idea that we're great hosts. We're okay. We're all right.
Oh, I think you're stunning. I think despite your slowness, you are one of the best here. Or Thompson, how are you this week?
I told you I'm not good at improv. Fuck.
Look, guys, is this all a dream? Ah. Yes, welcome to Timeline Talks. Oh, that's better. We seem to have reverted back to our original formats. Yes, welcome to Timeline Talks. We are the all-natural, 100% organic, puppet-related show for all things soft and plushy. No, for all things Star Trek Timelines. I am joined, as always, by my host, Automton 2000s, Stars and Garters. We also, in the far corner there, we have... however many fights. He's over 9,000. Over there, we've got Big McLarge, huge, and joining us, special guest this week, how do we say on it? Trailfia?
Trailfia, but if Trey is easier for you to say, go ahead with just Trey.
Trey, fantastic. Welcome, Trey. And you're going to join us this
Mr.
week.
Mr. T, got it.
Mr. T, see, that's a good one. I like that. Yes, we've got a weird arrangement today.
Totally original. No one else has ever come up with that.
Where did the puppet show go? Easton, we're still here. I mean, my one is. I kept it in here just for.
Yeah, he's back there. If you can see him, he's bright pink.
We're joined by special guest. Do you mind? No? Okay, right, fine. Anyway, yes, we got a few things coming up. How would you believe that we have been going for a year? I kind of crept up on me a little bit when I was like, oh god, I've got to put together a compilation like we do. But I'll be showing that later. We've also got Trey's joining us to do some pack pulling, as you can see by the shared screen over there on the right. But first, we should always pay thanks to the event winners this week for the very unhappy-looking Inzindi Aquatic. So congratulations to the Space Junkies all round, because this was their event. If you look at the top 50 leaderboard, they're all over it. But congratulations especially to Captain Harry Kim at number 1 with his own fleet mate Avalon at number 2. Special mention to Space Junkies Carpe Diem 7, who ranked at number 14 and also scored a 12-hour voyage. So congratulations to them. The second person on record that we've seen to do it. So he posted screenshots in the Discord. So fantastic work. We are ever getting to the increased amount of 12-hour voyages. Also, just a couple more.
I have to say, the idea of Captain Harry Kim is somehow less believable to me than a 12-hour voyage.
It's proof he has a card.
Are you forgetting Endgame?
Am I forgetting that timeline that no longer existed? That's the real reason that Janeway went back in time. Couldn't allow that promotion to go ahead.
VIP Zero is Skinted Sailor at number 20, Noble and DK at 23. So congratulations, everyone. Just a couple of things to announce. Yes, we are still doing the Wicked Realm Games Q&A with Ben on the 9th of June. If you want to submit your questions, please email us at timelinestalks@gmail.com or send myself a message on the Discord or on the Timelines forums. You've got until July the 1st to get them in, and then we'll close the questioning on. We've already got quite a few, but if you've got any questions, please send them through to us. Also, we've got something very special going on this Saturday. We will be having a Star Trek Adventure stream featuring myself, Auto Stars, as well as Skycap, Shireporn, Spocky, as well, joining us for some Star Trek Adventures action. We thought we'd do that on a Saturday night, be a bit more chilled out, be fun, be a laugh, should be good.
And we still have the excuse of Corona lockdown as the reason why we're doing it on a Saturday night, you know?
Yes, before everything lifts. You can go to the bar.
Yes, that's totally the reason.
I mean, us in the UK, we can go to the pub. Why would you when you could stay in and watch us make fools of ourselves? Okay.
Has their own entertainment value.
Well, there you go. Trey, tell us why you're here.
Well, first off, congrats on 1 year, guys.
Thank you.
I actually only discovered you guys by fluke when you had the stream with Ben explaining crew retrieval, and I just heard about it. I was doing a random check on to say, like, I wonder how this works a bit. Type in timelines, crew. Type in the letter R to start crew retrieval, and yours was your stream, and that was the first thing that came up. And yeah, so been a fan since. So yeah, I'm here mainly because just a couple of weeks ago, I hit VIP 14 after being playing for about 5 years.
I don't know whether to congratulate you or not.
I'd pretty much never spent any money in game aside from getting the monthly card. And also, when they started to introduce the campaigns, I'd always gotten the premium track. And it just randomly got to the point where I'm like, hey, I've hit VIP 14. And there was a sale on for 50 premium packs. I'm like, you know what, stuff it. Work's been getting a bit better. I work as a tow truck driver at night, so go figure lockdowns hit me pretty hard. We get paid by the job, not by the hour. So when everyone's at home, there's bugger all to do. Anyway, so as a result, I have 62 premium packs, 17 single pulls, and I currently have 60,000 merits, which based on my math, that's 80 times 3 merit pulls.
Okay.
When I was discussing with Auto beforehand, I'm one of those players that I don't automatically use up all my frees straight away. I tend to actually use the campaign as kind of a cycle for a schedule. When a campaign reaches its end, like for example, I usually hit level 100 on either the Saturday or Sunday, and as we know, the events end on the Monday. Well, for me, it's Tuesday at 2 a.m. It finishes. The event finishes, and I'm a night shift worker anyway. I mean, it's 5:42 here in the morning on Thursday, and I only just finished work about an hour ago.
There's dedication.
That is.
Yeah, well, and Monday night is my one night a week off, so I finish the event, collect my event rewards. I have, with only a couple of exceptions, I've pretty much always for the past year gotten to the 350k reward. So I get the premium 10 pack out of that. If it's a Galaxy event, the community one. And then I also leave all my campaign rewards unclaimed until that Monday night as well. Then I claim all of those. And over the course of that month, then that 4-week cycle, there's the 6 from in the campaign plus the ones from event and everything. I usually end up with 10 to 12 packs. So yeah, that's why there's 62. There was the 50, and I just bought that. And then you had your stream last week, and it's like, well, hey, I will reach out, and here I am. So
rather than doing the civilized thing of like cracking open a whiskey and just like slowly tapping your way through, and you were like, let's spend it with these bozos instead. I appreciate your choice.
Trelane.
Open a whiskey just for this occasion anyway. So
See, that's a man of taste and distinction.
Why not both?
Unfortunately, I don't have alcohol on hand to be able to toast it. But
it is unfortunate.
That is unfortunate. It is, especially when we're around.
Yeah,
Auto, have you got anything
my
today?
alcohol budget got spent on the 50 packs.
Easy come, easy go.
Okay. By all means, whatever you want to start with, feel free. This is the Trey show now, so feel free. You are free. Okay. You have to regard all the advice that we give you with utter seriousness. Now, everything we say, you have to do. No questions.
Well, like I said, my hope is just that I finally get the last 2 purples that are currently in the portal I don't own. I have at least 1 of 4-star of every single purple currently available in the portal, the vast majority immortalized, except for 2, First Goronagar and Lieutenant Ilea. And actually, just before I got the remaining pole star, I would need to have a guarantee pull for First Goronagar. So if I get a behold that has the 2 as a choice, obviously I'm going with Ilea. So
you're going to get 15 copies of Mirror Archer, but that's fine.
Oh yeah. All fuse beholds.
Were we going to be reminding people about the Blue Game? Still doing that?
Yes,
or
yes. Because the guests are better hosting the show than I am.
This is definitely a good candidate week.
Okay. Because I'd forgotten.
I'm after your job.
Do it. You can have it. Okay. Blue Game, for those that haven't played it before, pick a blue rare crew in chat that no one else has chosen, and count how many you get by the end of these pulls. If you get a significant number of them, hurrah, you've won nothing. So, stars. Stars, auto, big, what you going for?
I think I will take Lieutenant Jack Crusher.
Oof, your namesake.
Your old faithful.
Yeah.
Auto, you got a pick, or shall I go?
Yeah, but I can't remember her name, so I'm looking her up. Oh, Leffler.
You want 3-star Leffler? Okay.
How could I forget Leffler?
How could you possibly forget Ashley Judd?
Leffler? I hardly know her.
There's Big. Backed by
Can you
no
tell he's the
demand,
dad?
Big McLarge.
I will go with Tallest Dwarf as is my predictable
Okay.
choice. And I believe, Trey, you're going with 3-star Hugh?
Yes, Hugh.
You got your order in about 6 hours ago, didn't you? Like, we're playing the blue game. I'm going Hugh. That's a laugh.
Idle, what about you?
I think I might have to go.
How
I
can
think
you
I'm-
do Leffler puns but not Hugh puns? That's like way easier
I was
to.
just waiting for my moment. I was.
You don't know what's coming.
Hugh can have him.
I'm gonna go tourist stats.
Over the
Oh,
Cliff
look
by
at that.
Hugo first.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
It's only going to get worse from here, folks.
Yeah, no, we've already peaked with the puppet show, to be fair.
Yeah.
Well, I'll open the first one and let's
go
on
for
with
it.
this then.
Okay.
Go,
Grab
go,
a
go.
notebook. Grab a notebook. And keep score.
Oh, behold, right off the bat.
Hey, look at that.
And all frozen, of course.
Yeah.
We're going to be getting a lot of that for the purples, I must
So
say.
you only need 2 crew left.
This is a familiar thing for me, yeah.
Speed it through.
A damn in chat says, I call Harry Arm. Who's Harry Arm? I feel like I should know
Oh,
this.
one for Dax.
That's a tourist actor, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's back.
Harry
Harry
Arm.
Harry
is.
Arm. Harry Kim? Hockey Kim? Maybe?
I'm sure I know this. We've had this joke with him before, and I've forgotten who it was.
Yeah, I've heard this joke before, and I don't remember who it is. Oh, well.
Right, so I should just proceed through. I don't need to
Yeah,
worry
just
about
go
waiting
through.
in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, hold on. We all need to sign off on the pack before you can open another one. So please pause. Please wait.
We have to
Human
get it
area.
signed in triplicate, stamped, sealed, approved.
Signed, sealed,
Bye
delivered.
again.
I'm yours.
All right. Thank you.
And again.
Everyone loves a pineapple.
No, I'm just like staring at the blues, waiting.
Yeah.
All right,
I should
everyone
have
chiming in and chat. You're going to have to keep track of your own blues for
Yeah.
this one.
Oh,
Yeah,
the human,
no.
Thinking up heads.
human arium is hairy arm. Hairy arm. Hairy arm.
See, the
yeah.
fact that I couldn't tell who you were talking about and I thought it was a different crew means it's not a good nickname. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I pride myself on making terrible portmanteaus out of crew, and I couldn't get that one.
Mm. You should go for Kelby, Big's other doppelganger.
My actual in-game
As
avatar,
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
We kind of
I
refuse,
like
but
that
if
we
you
bullied you into that.
Jack Crusher and Kelby on one side, and you're like the unholy union.
Well, if it's involving me, it's unholy.
That's the spirit.
Oh, finally,
Here we
something
go.
new.
Ooh.
Mm.
Kind of tough.
All right, who can you make the most puns about Big? I'm kind of like Lore's. Lore's an easy one.
Oh God. No. It's got to come on its own. You can't force it.
That's what she said.
You can't control Leland it? No, that's terrible. Don't worry about it.
That was
Gotta
bad.
get your puns
Yeah.
under control, Leland.
Do you know what? I'm going to advocate for Law only because he's a Borg and we love our collections.
No,
There is,
don't
there
do
is law
that.
supporting that theory if you look in the books.
Yeah.
But
I'm going to stump for Archer here. I hate the character and I hate the episode, but he is a really good card.
Now we do have a fantastic DibMed command crew
the only
coming
reason
up
I'd pick
really
Law
soon.
over the other two at the moment is largely just the fact that he's a 2 of 5 rather than the other two being 1 of 5. Because at the moment I am on a bit of a crew pinch.
You can't
Well,
polish a
but that
turd.
really doesn't apply because you have all 3 of them already.
Yeah. So you should basically look at this as if you were citing, who are you citing? Like Leland has more power, but Archer has the better skill set, and he'll have events for a good. He's got better events.
Where are we going with this? We've got. I'm thinking Law. I will use Law as well. I'm probably just going to go Law
I'll say
because that
Archer.
way it's the one closer to 5.
Yeah, because here's the thing: is if you pick Law now and you finish him off within 3 months,
Yep,
you're
I
going to
didn't
have
hear
1,
anything.
2, 3 more Borg that are like 4-star, and you're going to be like, well, that was kind of a waste. In my opinion.
Yeah, I would vote for Archer also.
It's the only vote he'll ever win.
Rusty S says Leland has one of the highest minimum rolls in the game. Which is interesting. Probably his voyage score is so exceptional. Yes, lucky him. Well done. Well done. Okay, yeah, good
There
job.
we
Good
go.
choice. Yeah.
You won't regret it. He's still a staple on my voyages. He has lots of good antimatter traits as well.
Are you saying he still voyages for you?
He does, actually.
Oh man, you got stung on schematics there.
Yeah, no, like that. Well, yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Oh, hailing Starfleet. Oop. That's my favorite crew in the game is hailing Starfleet. I see it all the time.
Computing gravitational waves.
So spooling up the spore drive.
Yeah. We're just trying
Solving the Kobayashi Maru.
Yep. We're just trying to spend as much time doing this so we don't have to talk about Adam.
So Otto, are you going to just like...
I like Adam, all right? I'm not going to give a rant, but you know what? I'm a big Star Trek fan. I happen to like Adam, and I will not let you squash my enthusiasm.
Okay, well then let me go another tact. Let's go another tact. How do you feel about the way he's been represented in game?
On my end. There we go.
You're okay. You're there. Oops.
I don't know. I haven't even looked at his stats. So
you shouldn't. They'll only depress you.
So there's blue Commander Maddox. I was watching Shawshank Redemption today, and I forgot that he was in there toward the end. So.
Yeah. It's still you can still see the screen, yeah, because I just had a
it's all good.
We're good.
The internet connectivity dropped out, but it was fine. It's just still be chugging a little bit.
Which is weird because you're sending that video through the internet.
All right. So we're not doing too bad. Like that's what 5 packs and we got a goal already.
Yeah. But I've only got one of our crews. Oh, there you go, Tau.
Yeah, you got a star.
I'll tell you what, I was kind of expecting him to do way more in his episode, from the card, and then when I got to my Voyager rewatch, he's just kind of there. Yeah. He doesn't really do much.
Yeah, he's generic bad guy of the week. I think he threatens Janeway for a few minutes, and then that's it.
Yeah. That episode is purely about John Rhys Davies' Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah. Very nice. 1-1.
So I know we have this.
Yeah, so we're getting a little bit of lag on this end, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right. As long as it's traveling.
Just carry on. You go through your roster later.
Yeah, sorry, we're getting a bit of lag on this end.
No, you're right.
Yeah, best to just hit continue and you can clean up later if that's all right with you. Although I don't mind seeing the art over again. It's a long time since I've seen the blues.
I'll just worry about the rest of the dismissing the blues later.
Yeah. That could be a fun afternoon for you.
Ooh, I love it. Oh, okay.
That is an easy choice.
Well, no, he told me he wasn't going to take the last star on the gold because he didn't want to run into All Frozen. So
he's Mirror. He's Innovator.
Think he's also inspiring?
Now, we found out that, what is it, Admiral Valdor is the same guy that plays in Glatu, so, hey, there's a...
Oh, is it?
You can see the chin. You can totally see it.
You can see the chin from here.
Yeah.
Strongest chin in the business.
From Mortal Kombat Annihilation, I believe. Brian Thompson.
Wow.
Annihilation's the bad one. That's the one I don't remember.
Yeah, that's bad.
I've still not watched the new one. I need to watch that yet. I've heard it's a combination of terrible and amazing at the same time.
Okay, I mean, if you're not going to take the 5th star, then it's Lonzak.
Yeah, because God knows you're not going to do anything with it, Glatu.
Yeah. But I would finish Cochrane. Get going on that mirror collection.
Yeah, you kind of need any mirror you can immortalize is worthwhile. And it's if you're on a crew print, it might be better to freeze him. But if you really want to stick to your behold insurance, then I can understand the logic there.
God help me, I'm looking up in Glatu traits. Apparently, Merchant has 14 crews, so that's a nice little sweet spot there if you need a merchant.
Don't take in Glatu.
Yeah. Merchant. He's got a very impressive codpiece, I'll say that.
Is that a chainmail codpiece? Hold on,
I think
zoom
so,
in on.
Yeah. It shapes a bit, but it's the right. You get the protection you want.
I bet you say that to all the men.
You know, now that I'm looking at his art, that doesn't really look like the actor.
Well, I mean, he is wearing red face paint, and he's got a bald cap on, basically.
Yeah.
It's probably his cheeks are smushed in like that. That's why he hasn't got the massive jowl lantern jaw that he has when he's Valdor.
He's got good chest art though. It reminds me of Vulcan Executioner. So he's got that going for him.
I had a guest spot in Star Trek, and boy, is my face red.
Hey, there you go.
Okay, that's the best joke of the night, and pack it up here.
We're done. Thank you for
Okay,
joining us,
Trey,
everyone.
You'll have to make a decision here. Are you going to
Yeah.
finish Cochrane or take the first star on Lunzak?
Oh, yeah, I think
Because Lozak is a veteran, and he is in a vanity collection.
Yes.
you might have muted yourself there, bud. Hang on.
Yeah.
You've gone quiet. Oh, we cannot hear you. Hang on, let me unmute your other device. Hang on. Okay, try talking now.
Oh, live tech support. It's fine.
Oh, we do this a lot. You should have seen the charity stream.
Yeah. Rusty S says, I wish we could re-roll Beholds.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, people have been asking for that for years, and I don't feel like they have any.
No, this is not a bad one, though. I wouldn't.
Yeah, no, this
personally,
one's
I
a
wouldn't
decent one,
re-roll.
but there are some that are bad.
Oh, we got Lonzak. We got
We've all
Lonzak.
have
On back it was.
By the way, this is such peak 1 year anniversary, having technical issues. 'Cause it's like every other episode.
We'll have
You
fun.
couldn't be more representative of the stream if it tried.
Very good.
Oh no, you know, I'd have to make an off-color joke about like a nationality, so we have to wait until that happens.
You'll be glad to know.
Still time.
So let's go, because we're going to be playing the best of video later, and it's basically the Leicester 2020, and that was the episode where you were talking about Greeks. And I had to make the self-conscious decision to save time to cut those bits, but I think at the very end I said, and it's goodbye from me, goodbye from Auto, and sorry for stars, with absolutely zero context. It's hilarious.
So
You know
cut
what?
it-
I'll take that.
So you cut it to save 30 seconds, not to avoid offending millions of people?
Why not both?
I saw a tourist wolf in there. Give me my count.
Oh yeah, there you are. How we doing, chat? You got many of your blues?
I don't even know if they're playing.
I don't think I listened. I think
They
I just
started-
went
Might
with
be only
7.
people watching at this point.
Okay, wow. The lag is really bad. The lag is really bad. I'm about 3 packs further on. I just finally heard you say something about picking Lonzak or picking the last star on Cochrane, and I'm already like 3 packs ahead.
We wondered what was taking you, because you were sitting there
That's
lingering
Australian
on it for ages.
internet.
Yeah.
You're on the other side of that micro wormhole that leads to the Alpha Quadrant.
We need to send in a micro probe.
Are you Telek Ramon?
He was dead the entire time. Our comments and our commentary never got there in time.
That was so fun watching young Ensign Harry Kim get so excited, thinking he's going to get home in the first season. I'm like, dude, you have no idea what's going on in this series.
Yeah, you don't know how badly you're gonna get like fooled and like ruined over the course of this series. You don't know what's coming.
Telek Ramor. What? So this was early on in season 1, right? I have the new
Yeah, it was like
season, or so episode 7. Yeah.
oh yeah, season so.
So, Trey, I've unmuted your other microphone so we can hear you through that one. Your iPad one, I don't think is working at the moment. I can hear you typing.
Ah, you're making coffee.
I don't know if you can hear us.
We're running a washing machine or something.
We seem to have some sort of temporal interference, Captain.
Time to impact.
Yes! I'm glad someone made a motion picture.
Photon torpedoes.
Away!
Wow, you guys have watched way too much TMP.
There's no such
No,
thing.
I just remember that one scene. Like I remember when I watched it with you, like there was like tons of that movie that I was like, I don't remember any of this.
Yeah,
Like Chief DeFalco, your new favorite character.
that's true.
Okay, we have lost Trey completely now, apart from his iPad, so we've still got his stream. I don't know what's happened. Hang on, let me get it.
Oh boy.
Let's get it.
I think
He's sharing some important details there, so maybe.
Hang on, no, don't share. I'll put Big on the screen. There
Oh
we
dear.
go. Hey, Big!
It's me! I'm Lodge!
Living up to his name.
to me.
Right, yeah. Let me see if I can stop.
What is this? A Timelines talk show for ants?
Right, let me see what's going on with Trey. But if not, we might have
By
to
the
cut
way,
it
as long as
short.
we're doing Zoolander references, the Mugatu in that episode was actually named after the Mugato from TOS. Apparently Ben
Oh, wow.
Stiller confirmed that a few years back. So
What a massive nerd.
Yeah, no, he was a
I
TOS
looked down
fan,
from my ivory tower surrounded by my Warp merchandise. What a nerd.
Of all the polls he could have used in TOS, he chose the Mugato to include in, which I guess fits with a ridiculous movie like Zoolander.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, if you listen to, I think it's the Star Trek Pod Directive, which is the very first episode, they're interviewing Ben Stiller, and he is like the biggest original series Star Trek fan. He says, I'm not too interested in the rest, but he loves the original series, and he's actually bought Spock's second season ears, like the actual ears that he wore. So he's like a big, and I think like one of his favorite episodes is like a piece of the action or something like that. You know, it's one of those episodes. But okay,
when are we gonna get like our emotional sports movie about Fizbin?
Oh, Fizbin! Christ. There's a name
like, you know, instead of like
the 1980s U.S. card playing team has to go up against the Russians in a game of Fizbin.
Exactly. Oh, I'd love that. Like, someone make that. Shy, that is your next objective. Make like a trailer that is nothing but shots of you and then playing Fizbin, and then it's like cut like an 80s sports movie. I feel like that would be amazing.
Yes.
Okay, I think I'm back.
Hello. Welcome back.
Oh, hello. Oh, welcome back.
Right. Now, just going to make sure I've still got the screen sharing on. Just give me a second.
Welcome to Star Trek Timelines Radio.
I do apologize about that, everyone. Like I said, we Aussies have shocking and appalling internet here. And unfortunately, that just lagged out. Now, so yeah, the last pack that I heard anyone talk about was the Cochrane Lonzac one, and that was like 3 packs ago. I don't know if video stuff still came through. The potentially annoying thing, and I'm going to do it a matter of honor here, from what I discussed from what everyone was saying before, there was a tourist wharf in one of the packs.
Oh, there we go.
Yes, we saw him. Don't worry.
We did.
Oh,
I think that was one we saw.
So,
okay, back to 1. Oh, I won't give you 2 points then. Fine, jinx yourself.
I would rather lose fairly than win unfairly. Thank you.
All right, well, back into it now and trying to make up for some time.
Let's do it.
Oh, that's a lot smoother.
That's lovely. Maybe because you're trying to run 2 devices on one thing.
Possibly.
Oh.
I was actually using my phone as a personal hotspot for the iPad and my Wi-Fi.
That might have been
for the laptop, but yep.
Yes, Trelita.
Way,
like I don't mean underwear wharf is tourist wharf. That's what I mean. It's the wharf
Pants wharf. Pants wharf.
Pants wharf.
You can equip his pants.
You're damn right you can.
That's
easy. Hey, Buck
Hey.
Kai is a good one. He's inspiring, and I believe he's in the Vanity Collection.
He is. He is Niners.
My name is Buck, and I'm here to party.
It's like same as Sneeze, Feed, and Seed, formerly something else. Chucks. Yeah.
Ooh.
Very nice.
Now,
this is the ultimate
before,
test of behold insurance.
You already turned down there at Cochrane, so you know where this is going.
Like I said, with that situation, I think I'm sitting at like 302 out of 305 on my crew slots. So the priority would be to prefer to take an extra star on an existing yellow over a not owned, unless it's one you guys are saying, no, you can't pass that one up. I also have been trying to not take the last one, because worst case scenario, I do have about 15,000 dilithium I can get an extra pack of slots or so from, but I yield to the wisdom of you guys. I just try to avoid immortalizing if I can, just for the sake of it's my own OCD.
So Paul Need in chat says Phlox is exobiologist, so if you know
he's also a physician, so that's a double collection people there.
So if we go collection orientation, that's probably a good shout.
Well, it's also like that Odo is not going to do a lot for anyone, really.
Well, I mean, he's in a good collections in a vanity, and he gets events definitely more than Phlox. So, yes, he is.
Yes,
He is in fact costumed,
and also wearing a cod piece like in Glatu. You just can't see it underneath the slacks.
I was actually saying his right leg is like massively puffy. I don't know what he's got in that leg. Like you see that?
It's his mobile phone.
It's all those one-legged leg presses.
If I were a
He's got one of those
shapeshifter,
Shrek pads in his like pocket. It's just like, is that a pad in your pocket? You're just happy to see me.
I mean, if you were a shapeshifter, wouldn't you want to look like you knew what you were doing? You know. Anyways,
DC Dam says he is the costume. Odo is always costumed.
That's true.
It's true.
And he also has the benefit of not being Mirror Landry. So, got that
Living up to their name in chat, Trollita says, "Take the flocks and don't fuse. You'll have 2 for Gauntlet." Ella.
Well, that's yeah, okay.
Big brain.
You can get outrolled by Dot Crusher twice.
His minimum rolls are really bad. To be fair, like by finishing off like a bad base gold like Phlox is like, I feel like that's kind of an ideal thing for a behold, but it's going to be up to you, man.
Yeah.
Not Landry would be my recommendation.
Yeah, so it's a case of
If you're not going to take Phlox, it's Odo.
yeah. This is really a test of your behold insurance clause because we've had 2 of these now, and
we might have lost him again. I'm thinking he's been sitting at this for a while, and he hasn't said anything.
Rusty S says, "I would do Phlox unless you already have Physician done." I don't know if that's technically possible right now, since you need
if
80
you're
of
a
them, right?
ultra mega whale, yeah. Oh no, is it 81? I feel like there's 81 physicians.
I think there were 80. I don't know.
Let me check.
Unless they released one in the last week or
Don't
2.
worry, I've got time.
Let me reach out to Trey. I think what we might try and do if he's not coming back, we'll try and get him to record his section, and we'll come back to him some other time because I think we're having some Australian connection issues.
It's okay. There are just some drop bears attacking the internet lines.
Oh, he took Odo. He took Odo, and he got my message.
Yeah.
There
are 79 physicians plus what's his name, the Cisco that was grandfathered into the collection.
Right.
So.
Oh wow, really? Exactly that many.
Dr. Hippocrates Noah.
His sound is glitching. He says his sound is glitching, but he is here. Okay, roll it through. Roll it through. If it completely dies, then we'll reschedule. But
yeah,
let's have a look.
All frozen.
All frozen. Move it along. Move it along.
Really boring art on those ones. They just went for the white squares. Like
they do that a lot.
Yeah.
Keep looking. Keep looking.
Oh, don't worry, I'm looking. Lots of Trip.
Yeah, Trip.
I didn't even realize it, but he has like 2 blues. I think. Are there many? I can't think of many crew that actually have 2 blue variants.
No.
Like I said, that with the distinct air of no one cares. Stars.
This is one of the few things that I don't have committed to memory because it doesn't.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, who the fuck cares about cadets? Jesus, who would spend their time looking at all the cadets?
Yeah, no. Who? Like the book on that would be so little and puny, and who would give a fuck?
You motherfucker.
Insignificant.
You make it too easy.
I know. That's what she said.
I mean, I guess technically there's 2 Daxes, even though one's Ezri and one's Jadzia.
Well, yeah.
No, that counts. That counts.
Same
the
worm.
Counts.
It's the same worm in the belly.
Yeah.
That's like saying if you have 2 Crushers, it's like, oh well, it's like 50% the same genetic material.
Hello.
Oh, which Picard is that?
It's gonna be Picard anyways.
Are you
I
sure?
don't know. Narek's good though.
Sure?
Narek's really good.
You need all the engineers. He's gonna get more events. Come on, what are you gonna use Narek for?
He's a really good Voyager. He's Romulan.
Really
He's got a few
good?
decent traits. I like him.
Hold on.
I would pick him.
Really good.
Was it
this point?
First of all, he's Command Sec, so he's not a really good Voyager.
Actually, he's Dip Command Sec. Thank you.
Okay, Trace says he's
yeah. Like Picard is the collection choice. It's true, and he will get way more events in the future. But I don't know. I would pick Narek here. But that's because
Narek is good. They might expand Romulan.
He's the 24th best Voyager for his skill set.
But he has.
So he's got that going for him.
He does have Romulan seats are often an antimatter trait. I think Nonanoma was going through this as well, like for antimatter catchers. Not that 5 antimatter over actually a decent Voyager is probably a different conversation. But if you want to fill that Romulan seat, it's potential.
Look, if you guys like your incest storylines, you don't have to be coy about it. Just say that's the reason you actually like Narek. Come on.
That's why we like Narissa.
All right, thanks for that.
That was far and none my least favorite part of Star Trek Picard.
By the way,
No,
Osira's a better command obsec Voyager, in case you'd like to
Okay,
chase her
take
for
Picard
voyages.
then.
You know, I didn't like Osira as much as I like Narek, so I don't know. Like it's up to him. But if you know what, in fact, for him, he's gonna want to pick Picard because he's like short on slots. That's the pick.
Trey's no saying, I'm watching the stream via YouTube so I can keep up. Just got to stay quiet. I think we might have to. Oh, where's a Worf? I think we might have
There's a
to.
Worf.
It's still good. It's still good.
Okay. Well, we'll persist. We'll give it a few.
We can vamp. Don't worry. We can fill
I tried to look up Augment Picard on Datacore, and I made the mistake of typing in Picard, and I have to go through 3 pages of Picards to try to find the correct one.
Yeah, that's about right.
Well, you could narrow it down to 5-star Picards and only have to scroll through 2 pages.
Yeah, that's true.
Behold. AFB. Move it on.
Oh dear.
So I know we have an unwritten rule to not talk about Corona stuff, but actually some good news is they're finally going to start opening
up. Most of the 10 packs for about a 10 count after I've gotten to the end of it, so people can keep an eye out for the ones they want for the blue game.
Thank you,
God.
Oh, hello. You're back.
Thank you, God.
I didn't know God came from down under.
It's the only way you can survive.
Has he gone? He's gone.
There's a left there.
He works in mysterious ways. I don't know.
That's in the heroic communications array that he uses to keep in contact with us has gone down. That's fine.
Wow. Mysterious ways from mysterious directions.
You think we can send him a shock through his phone?
Yeah.
Okay, which one of you is Admiral Paris? Which one of you is Admiral Paris? Which one's Lieutenant Barclay? Come on.
I'm neurotic enough to be Barclay. I'll take that. Automaton's the authority figure here.
Authority.
I mean, like, it wasn't Trey saying that you're like the closest he's ever known to an internet celebrity?
Yeah, that's a low bar.
It's fine.
Need to get some better internets. You gotta take Wolf for stars.
See, there's your problem there. You ain't got no good internet.
You had to bring that up, didn't you?
Martia, the Mega Queen.
Yeah, no, like she really crushed it for me in those megas.
Yeah.
Gareth says, once again, my daughter's laughing at all of Star's jokes.
See? My chosen demographic, they'll always laugh. Plot twist, she's really just laughing at me. You need all the positions, don't you, Idol?
Since he's been avoiding the last star, I think we can safely say Data is going to be his choice.
Yeah, he's going to get the choice according to his logic.
Yeah, he'll get 5 times the events of the other 2 combined, and he's in costume, correct? Hollander?
Costume down Western, yeah.
Yeah, he's about the only costumed hologram that's actually a hologram for
which is weird because he shouldn't be costumed. He's a hologram using Data's image. He's not Data pretending to be someone, but I digress. We've done that for like months now, trying to split hairs, so. Hey, there's Harry on.
So, you know what I feel like we should do? Is like as an easy a game that we could play where it's just like, which of these crew is actually costumed? And you just pick crew that, according to their art, they look like they should be costumed and they're not.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an easy one.
Alright, can you hear me a bit better this way?
We can hear you, so that's something, yes.
Okay,
yes.
Good. Which means whoever's in charge of the system should mute the input coming from my iPad.
Whoever's in charge of the system should mute the...
Yep.
Unfortunately, there you go.
Go ahead.
So I think you need to mute the other... Yeah, there you go.
Mute the other tray. Hang on. Which one? Let's mute...
No, I took care of it.
Oh, you've done
Mute them both, it'll be fine.
Someone made the mistake of giving me admin powers on this server, so...
That is a mistake.
Right, so...
Ultimate power.
Okay, so quick test. I've got my microphone plugged in on the one that should have the sound continuing. Hopefully you can still hear me because
we can hear you.
The way the microphone is set up. Cool.
Yep.
Hopefully this doesn't end up lagging out as much. I do apologise for that, but Aussie internet, what can you do?
That's alright, the Pathfinder satellite just had to come back into alignment, it's fine.
Alright, so
Putting in the aquarium was a great idea.
alrighty, so
See, why can't we have Big on every week? He's way funnier than the rest of us fuckers.
I think he wrote these all down ahead of time, and then he just waits for an appropriate moment to slip them in.
He just has like a massive. He has a big book of the whole jokes.
It's like the.
It's true.
It's like the skit from Family Guy where they go, now over to Ollie with the weather. It's like, now over to Big with the joke.
It's gonna rain!
It's raining sideways!
Still no Hughes yet, which I'm surprised at.
Yeah, no, I think you might have picked the wrong one there.
Yes. Well, ideally, now that I can hear you guys a bit more clearly, now that this seems to have been fixed up, I'll be able to have a better idea of what you guys are saying, rather than having to just sit here and wait for the lag to catch up and know what to do.
Absolutely.
Don't worry, it's just like that bit in We'll Always Have Paris, where like all the data are stretched out across the thing, and then it's like, which one of us is the right one? It's me! And it's like, okay.
How do you know? Because the script said so.
Yeah, no, actually. And then they all just merge into each other anyway, so it's like, what was even the point of asking?
Two Prosperos.
Yeah, why don't they all just like stand up on the step and put it in at the same time?
I can think of many things you could do with a room full of datas.
Like
do an engineering problem! Duh, pervert.
If you put a handful of datas in a room and give them a typewriter, how long before they come up with Shakespeare?
Takes them less time than they would think.
Yes!
Oh,
yes,
there you
go.
Ooh.
He's a veteran.
He is a veteran.
This whole exercise was worth it right there.
That was his quickest choice of the evening.
The goals, who cares? Granica, fuck yeah.
Yeah. Frank Hollander, fuck that. I got me a Shamadar.
So now the only purple in the portal at the moment that I do not yet own a copy of is Lieutenant Ilea. Let's see.
I was really hoping she'd pop up in the Beholder.
Yeah.
That would have been hilarious.
That would be good.
There's a subtle weird thing. I've got like 2 second difference where I can't mute the sound on my iPad altogether for some reason. And so if you guys are hearing that echo, I do apologize.
Oh well, no.
Easy
Lunzak earlier.
You just picked
I
up.
don't think he likes finishing crews. So
Yeah,
It's
like I
also
say, like
don't
getting
like it, it's that I'm saving that for later. I'm a very structured person in my playthrough. It's just no OCD thing on my end.
someone with
I will say
OCD
that-
plays this game. I don't understand. What's the deal?
we'll see. That Crusher did a lot of work for me, more than I expected, because I managed to fuse her up early on, and
For the
skill set's
costumes, Megan,
good,
yeah.
and I like the collections and stuff, and so she's okay. But if you're really trying to save spaces, you won't necessarily miss her if you're not going for vanity crews. So
Yeah, like according to your logic, you want to go for Lonzak here because getting like a gold 2 out of 5 from one straight pack pull is like pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, and Lundback is a reasonable Voyager in his own right, so...
I think he's like Voyager 70, and like he performs very similarly to Ralph Kirk, which is pretty decent.
oh, Trey, I'm sorry to say you disappointed chat because they're on the Crusher bandwagon.
I'm sorry, but I'm just going to try and mute the sound coming on my iPad from this in a second. So bear with me.
I'll tell you what, Trey. Oh, hang on. Oh, we're all there.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my gosh.
Inception.
Sorry. I'm trying to find the thing
Big, you stop that.
Photon torpedo. I'm just gonna keep reusing that one.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, dear.
Tell you what, Trey. What we'll do is we'll give you 10 more minutes because we've got the rest of the show to go on with. We'll do 10 more minutes of of your back pulling.
Oh dear.
Good thing we marked this
Let it go
not
the first
appropriate
3
for
times,
children.
But,
Yeah.
the charm.
We'll give you 10 more minutes and then we'll move on. But if you want to record any of it and send it to us later, that'll be great. But
I mean, to be fair, there's always 3 boobs on the screen every week anyway, so
Yeah.
it's not like 2 more.
well, we watching Total Recall.
Yeah, it's not the. Oh no, I was going to say Final Frontier. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one as well. Was that Lieutenant Gomez as well? Is that all she's known for?
It was.
Alicia Neff.
Yeah.
Probably. Little known fact, she actually does have 3 breasts. Before she gets them getting cast.
She was in makeup for hours before the show.
I can't wonder why our demographic is all 50 and older males. Like,
we're young at heart. Don't worry about it.
easy nap time stream.
Oh, there's a level up.
Oh, I'm up to 3.
Oh.
Oh,
he
boy.
has a LaRoque. Oof.
Okay, you got to break with tradition.
Yeah, you don't take stars on LaRoque.
If you don't want to finish Garth, you have to go to Paul here. Do not add stars to
You take LaRogue, you're off the stream immediately.
It's true.
I don't know.
That was the quickest pick he's ever done. What collection is she in? She is in costumed Western and Vulcan, so she's a good. Yeah, she's really good.
I think
She's
she's
in
still
the not
top
LaRoque
100
collection.
Voyager and
true.
Good command base and everything. So
you watch, like, Linguist will come out with like a tiny little collection that'll have like massive boosts, and we'll be all like, "Well, egg on our face." Except we won't. We'll still be like, "Still fuck LaRoque."
just
All my
immortalize
homies
Professor
hate LaRoque.
Sato 10 times if there's a linguist collection. Still don't do it wrong.
Fuck LaRoque. All my homies hate LaRoque. All my Star Trek timelines homies.
Who else didn't have the Ophidian? For the love of God.
I know who orders.
Oh, Trelane!
Ooh, Trelane! You gotta take Trelane. He's good in Gauntlet. You only need that 1 star. He's definitely worth a crew slot.
Good.
Hey, he's costumed now, so
I knew there was going to be a couple of those. That's why I was like, okay, I know that I've got. That's why I've got like 15,000 built, so I can get the extra stars to sort that out.
Oh, he's done it.
yes! Oh my God, he's in the Hall of Fame. He's in the Timelines Talks Hall of Fame.
You know what? Now I just need a supercut of everyone on stream getting a Trelane at some point. I feel like it happens way more often than it should.
Everyone that comes on gets a Trelane. That's just how it works.
There's like 300 golds, and Trelane always turns up. Hey, Sobor, there you go. That's a free slot right there.
Oh yeah, exobiologist as well.
See, you just made up your slot for.
Oh, my first pressure.
Yep.
Hey.
There's a cross.
Oh, and another Leffler. I'm up to 4, right?
Smock Teleheli, Trelane is overrated. Ooh, there's fighting words there.
Am I a mod? Can someone mod me so I can ban him real quick? Overrated. He's underrated.
Banned. And then unban him just so you can ban him again.
No, I'm legally obliged to not ban anyone who's on a charity stream because
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
they're a role model for the children.
You get a get out of
It's
jail
for the
free
Stream
card.
Deck. Stream Deck.
Hang on. There you go.
Oh, yes, it's for the children. I'm I'm a role model.
I am a role model.
It's that little chuckles.
The Admiral as well, just like, I'm sure you are. It's like, bitch.
Yeah, I don't think Picard had the best luck with admirals, did he? He had Nechayev. He had what's her name from Picard? Sheer
Clancy.
Hubris?
Clancy,
Hubris?
yeah.
Clancy.
Admiral Hubris, yes.
The hubris.
You see, there were like 2 models of Admiral that Picard dealt with. There were like female admirals who didn't like him, and then there were male, older admirals who he was friends with, and there was no in between, I don't feel.
I just watched Coming of Age, where he's got his mate, he's like Admiral, I think it's a Quinn or something.
Admiral
And
Quinn,
I was like,
yeah.
We've been friends for years. And even he's like, oh no.
I gotta finish Idle.
Great value.
Idle,
50% more soul bore.
Get some! Or not.
Soulbore.
I already got the star from before, so.
Yeah.
How could Trelane be overrated? He was winning, you saw.
Well done.
See,
It's not
the
fair.
best comments are always in chat. Thank you, Paul Welch.
But I was winning. It took me many years
You know what?
to
I
realise
unfroze
him-
that Guinan for the first time, like for the previous event, just gone for the faction thing. I think she flew on 1 shuttle.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
not
that's
great.
not bad. I don't think she can fly on more than one at a time, so.
Jesus Christ.
She was in the Nexus and on the Enterprise at the same time. So technically,
Hey man, if you just cut her in half like that one instance from TNG, then you'll be fine.
Yeah,
You only get
Elorians
half
are
the
like,
event bonus.
they're like earthworms or something. You cut them in half and then they grow a whole nother guy in, right?
That is how Generations basically portrays it.
finally accused.
Use that.
Look at how stunned Riker is at being flanked by Picard. He's like, oh.
Double behold.
So somewhere at the
Can't
bottom,
Double purple.
at the bottom of the bottomless pit, you have a regenerated Darth Maul, who's grown back his bottom half. Is that how it works? Is that only
He
in
turned
universe?
into like a half mechanical spider
Yeah,
or whatever.
which I didn't
it was.
get that. For anyone completely
did he?
lost, this is he did. Yeah,
Entire
So-
Star Wars sagas were built on less.
It's true.
It just makes me laugh. Sorry to go towards the enemy here, but the start of the latest.
Don't worry, their franchise is dead and ours is alive.
I mean, like the Rise of Skywalker, it just starts off with, and somehow Palpatine's returned. It's like, really?
Play Fortnite.
Yeah.
Oh, don't get me started on the Star Wars stuff. Disney really dropped the ball as soon as they abolished the established law of everything else, and I don't care if other people don't like it. That's what I grew up with. It's yeah.
See, this is the thing. This is why the Star Wars versus Star Trek thing isn't even a conversation now. Even the people who don't like Discovery and Picard and all the new shows, guess what? We're doing better than Star Wars is doing right now.
I don't know. I think Star Wars is on its way back. Mandalorian was excellent, so
Yeah, Mandalorian.
Well,
Wonderful.
when they can release a good movie like more than once every like 10 years, that'll be
Okay.
all right.
I'm not sure I'd set movies as the benchmark for Trek doing well, because how many clunkers have they had?
Guess what? I will happily watch like Final Frontier over the Return of like Rise of Skywalker, wherever it was.
Into Darkness, Nemesis.
Okay.
Another Jack
there's a
Russell.
Jack. Yeah, there's a Jack.
Yeah. I mean, that's still like so you can fit all the bad Trek movies into the prequel trilogy, and then all the good ones that outnumber them.
I can't think of a Trek movie that I would want to watch less than Rise of Skywalker, though. It's
Pretty bad.
such a pro-
Yes,
Last
that's
up.
the star.
Yeah, Dr. Kelso, go for it.
We're sort of they're not here to defend themselves, so I'm not sure this is a fair fight. But
Yeah, it's fine.
You're in a room full of Trek fans, and you said the war's word.
damn, don't you dare go after Insurrection. I happen to like Insurrection. It is a
Insurrection's
family-friendly
great.
movie. It's a good
Guess
movie.
what? Insurrection is fun. It's more
They
than I
have
can
a-
say about most Star Wars.
They have a
movies.
giant couch on the bridge of the
double
Sona
bubble.
ship. That is like,
It
how
is-
can you beat
I
that?
do love that. I do. It is great. And Worf breaks a guy's arm and he uses a rocket launcher. What more could you want?
See, we're
So
doing
what-
all this, and I can hear the guy in the back, and he's like, "Oh, but it's like he's still really paying attention to his packs and stuff." And we're,
Whoa! Yeah,
Whoa! Oh gosh,
do a barrel roll.
Use the boost to get through.
that's the Coriolis effect, isn't it? It's trying to sort of get the toilet walk going the other way.
At least now that some of the lag issues we got sorted, we're getting through it a little bit faster.
We
so
are,
sorry
yes.
again about that.
Yeah, no. If you just spin the device a few times, that makes it go faster.
You play Mario
Yeah,
Kart Wii in the
perpetual
background.
motion
Line on
machine.
the right alias or something, you know?
I hope you're not driving.
You gouge your internet.
You just have your like iPad stapled to the bottom of the steering wheel. To go whoop.
Have you not seen that guy that was in a
That's
Zoom
the problem
meeting?
the whole time. It's like he thought it was his router, but it's an Etch a Sketch.
I've gotten that version of Khan like that 3 times so far now in this in the Behold.
Guess what? He's a very handsome man. You should be blessed.
Oh,
He,
yeah,
on Earth,
just
200 years ago, he was a prince.
I'm going to steal that Etch-a-Sketch joke big and use it later, by the way.
Oh, Arandis. There you go. She's inspiring. She actually has a point now. I haven't seen a single Hugh. Have you guys?
There's been one.
Have
One.
you? Come on, you missed it. It was right there.
I did say we'd get Mirror Arch, and we've seen him twice.
all these all these frozen purples, I would have hoped that some of the purples used for just random fusing would have shown up a bit, because I could at least use some of them.
You would think that. You would think that. But you would be wrong, good sir.
Well, yeah, getting through them a bit faster, but understandably with the time constraints, yeah, I'll just once the 10 packs are done, I'll
Okay.
jump out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh no!
Oh, there you go.
So there's a vanilla foot with the staff of Flotter, but that's got to pick up.
Yeah,
That way I can say I now officially have at least one of every purple currently in the portal.
Wow.
There you
Well
go.
done.
And that's winning.
Congratulations.
Achievement unlocked.
You get 20 honor.
That would be, wouldn't it?
I'll be getting some.
You get 10
I'll be getting
Federation
some,
transmissions.
later on from all the honor that I'm getting from airlocking all these bastards. So I'll be able to get the extra star on Quarter if I want later.
Yeah, why not?
There's
Treat
another
yourself.
Pressure.
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself to spending honor on Flutter. Yeah, okay.
It's a zero-sum game.
Yeah,
Oh, good one, Trey. For those who missed it, he's all a flutter about it. We're all getting in good jabs.
they're all terrible.
They are all pretty bad. Madrid is a Cardass, and you do need that collection, and it will save you a crew slot.
I might think about 8472 just for gauntlet usage. Possibly. It depends on what the rest of his gauntlet parts look like.
It really depends on who you else have. If you have Gary 7, if you have a Waiting Burnham, if you have like any of the sex sign names, then he is pretty much
If
superfluous.
you have Cosmo trait, you mean? No, I would not go.
I think you're the #1 Cosmo trait fan on the entire internet.
I am.
He was in all of 2 episodes of the
So the
season you
only
didn't
one on the
watch.
internet.
Yeah,
Sure.
I don't even watch Disco. I still like Cosmo trait. That's so funny. Is
Alright, so who should I go for? Yeah, honestly, 'cause,
I would take Madrid.
Yeah.
Alright, so Madrid it is. Let's try and get through these quickly. I've taken up enough of your time.
Yeah, you're more.
And,
So good, my guy.
It's not your fault for the. Yeah, not your fault.
hey, don't go too fast. I don't want to miss another Leffler. I think I'm winning in the blue game right now.
You are, yes,
Winning,
yes.
we want you to just let
You are
it be.
demolishing the blue game. So
Hey Trey, you know how you pulled like 10 packs like while you were like having internet problems and they were all full of tourist wharfs? Can you send me the footage of that later?
I do appreciate. I do completely agree from what I was saying. From what someone in chat said, Rusty S. Yeah, Legends was far better because yes, it may not have been as coherent and well set out, but if anything, it was its imperfections that made it better, as opposed to the stuff that Disney's been trying to do, which is put a socio-political message into it, which is what Star Wars is renowned for being devoid of.
Ooh.
There we go.
Hot Star Wars
Alex
takes on the Trek
Innocent
Timeline show.
Yeah, you're right.
That's how he knows he's safe here because no one will fight him for his Star Wars.
Yeah,
tapes.
no one's going to argue with him here.
Maybe we need to rebrand to like Stars something timelines and cover both.
Okay.
Stars lines, yeah.
Stars, yeah.
Star lines.
Yeah, but that's the Stars and Garter show then, isn't it? Stars lines.
I mean,
so that's accurate then.
it's my world. You're all just living in it.
Yeah.
You know how the original Batman had like the bat symbol like spinning around and come toward the camera? We'll use
Oh,
Star's
no.
head and it'll be like that.
Oh no, that's bad.
Oh my god, yes. That's going to be my translation.
Damn it! I immediately regret this. Damn it!
Oh, I know what I'm doing next week.
God damn it! Everything's gone wrong. It just spins toward the camera and says, "Who is he for?" And then they transition.
Right,
We've got 11 to go.
Okay. We can do this last
Right,
11. We
here
can
we
do
go.
this last 11. Go on.
Yeah, we're in the home stretch. Let's do it.
Power
There's non-Gardner Boothby, by the way.
Yeah, non-gardener groundskeeper.
Yeah, it's a groundskeeper, not a gardener. There's a difference.
That's true.
Is
They should
there?
add the groundskeeper trait to be fair.
if in the future, if by some miracle I'm ever welcome back after all these kind of issues, I'll try to do what I can to beforehand get access to the game on my laptop itself. That way, if I'm only using the one device, hopefully that should help minimize some of these potential issues as well.
Yeah, that seems like it'd be decent. Man, watch out, number one. You only got like a hit off by that axe. Bad.
Actually, that was going to be the thing I was going to suggest for with the type of for an event and everything. I was actually been watching through Enterprise and just had the episode. I've just started season 3, but of course I got through near the end of season 2 where there was the trial and trying to make it look and feel almost identical to Star Trek 6 and that court scene and the miniaturized version of Rura Pente, and then thinking, hang on, so we've got Rura Pente Kirk, we've got Rura Pente McCoy, we've got Rura Pente Reed, but we don't have Rura Pente Archer, nor do we have Rura Pente and the Advocate guy,
Kolos,
the one played by Martok.
Yeah, we don't have Kolos on Rura Pente. I would like that actually as like a legendary variant because he was a cool guy.
How about the guy with blue knee testicles? We don't have him in game either.
I'm sure he's going to be the legendary 3 weeks ahead.
Yeah. The recurring Mega.
You just like go down to like his like ship ability and just
Couldn't we just have a Mega that's based on like one episode of one film? That would be great. Just have the Undiscovered Country Mega. That'd be awesome.
His ship ability quote would be just in parentheses, it just say "moan of pain" or something.
Yeah, the close captions.
As they're walking away, and you hear that weaving through the cave.
All right, last 7. Lucky number 7. Come on, let's get some good stuff.
By the way, if the game ever does shut down, I want them to get cheeky and include other crew like the Thermians or something from Galaxy Quest. It's got to be Tellus here.
Yeah.
I mean,
she is a dick.
Craft is. You're really only getting veteran from, and I'm not sure if 4 stars would be worth it. But
he's taking Craft.
He disagrees. Okay, Trey's driving the bus.
There was a little bit of a delay on that, but that's partially also the fact that again it's still sort of the slots and everything. But hey, look at it this way: give it say 3 months if I've gotten a few extra packs and everything again, and I'll get these issues sorted. Next time I'll probably just blindly go, you know what? Whatever you guys tell me, and I'll do it within reason.
Don't worry, Craft is going to show up.
That's no fun if it's within reason.
Craft is going to show up again in the next 5 packs. I'm sure of it.
That'd not be a bad thing, to be fair.
Yeah, at least get him finished and out of the way.
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm saving my Dosey Polestar.
Your Dosey Do? Got it.
I'm a Dosey Do.
Dosai.
Dosai. Dosey to me, baby. Monkey see Dosey.
Oh my god, it's getting worse.
Christ.
All right, wait, I can server mute idle. I just realized this. Hey, it worked!
Hey, listen, it's still coming through the stream. So
I am the captain now.
All right, he's back.
Look at me. I am the captain.
Just me. Oh, is it left?
I'm the ensign now.
Okay, but can we get like an edit of like Way to Eden where like it's like the head of their thing and like it's just him and Kirk in a room? It's like, look at me. I am the captain now. I'm sure there must be an applicable scene. That would work.
Something with Khan probably. That would be a quite good one.
Mm.
Or Kang, the episode of Kang.
Ooh, that was a yelp of excitement for Janeway.
Yeah, it's a lizard.
Are you building the evolved Janeway?
Well, I think I've got her at I've got the evolved Janeway. I think at 1 or 2 stars, and I've got a copy of Mutated Paris and a copy of Janeway already in my roster. That's at both of them at like various levels of star completion. So it's an extra star towards that. So it'll be eventually towards another.
Look at that double McCoy. What the fuck? Oh, all mirror crew.
Wow.
All mirror.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really cool, actually.
Another chance at Cochrane as well. Mind you, that's your show.
Best chance of Cock.
So it's a good thing I didn't pick him before. I'm sorry for the slight echo, guys.
And it wasn't that good.
Tickle me.
Okay, so
Did you just say take on me?
Tickled me.
Yeah, I'm guessing to go in Stamets.
Yeah, if you don't want to finish off anyone, then Stamets is the way to go.
Oh, that's also because of the fact that the state that I'm at, I actually would be keeping all the gold, immortalized golds because, like what I was saying with the last event, like an immortalized gold is going to be better than most of the other things that I could possibly have on the roster that'll help me get through campaigns a bit further and voyages a bit further, all that kind of stuff. So,
Rusty S says they really want you to have Cochrane. Guess what? All men need a good cock in their life.
Okay.
I'm sorted in that regard, thank you.
All right. Okay.
I should have gone with groundskeeper boot beam.
No, that's no problem, Trey.
Thanks very much for coming anyway. Like, it was still a pleasure to have you on.
That is applicable to the 1-year anniversary stream.
Yes, full of technical problems, nothing working properly, just like our very first stream. So, Trey, thank you very much for coming on. Hopefully, if we get you on again, we'll sort these problems out, or we'll work something out. So, no, brilliant. Thank you for coming and sharing your streams with them. It was good fun.
No worries. Once again, congrats on 1 year, and hopefully I get the chance to again. I'll just have to sort out getting access to the game on my computer, so that way there's not a whole bunch of other issues.
Yeah.
I shall once off stream and you guys are doing your own thing, I'll be in chat easily as well, and I can if I use my 17 singles and the 80 triple pulls. If I get any beholds or any other yellows, I will let you know.
If you get any Trelanes, let us know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
If in doubt, cite Trelane.
Yeah.
Jay, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let's move on with the show. So this week's hang on, I just got to wait for Trey to leave.
Come on, Master of Segue.
Master,
what do you got for us?
Master of Segue. No, what was it? Something, something of something. Master of none, or whatever it is. Anyway, okay.
That's great. That's a great.
Yeah.
All right, next.
Words.
Listen, if we're going to talk about things that have disappointed everyone this week, there's nothing more disappointing than this week's event crew.
Don't you start.
No, I'm going to go
Don't
there.
you start.
Just like this, just like the episode he comes from, which was...
Asshole, you know that? Hold on a second. You guys love Discovery, and you love Burnham in all forms. How often do I come on here and say, gee, what a giant disappointment. I absolutely hate it, blah, blah, blah. I try to find spots where I can poke in and say, you know what? I don't really like Discovery, but I liked this. So pull up your bootstraps and come with me on the way to Eden.
I will meet you in the middle and reconcile with you and say, I have no beef with Way to Eden. I have a beef with this card, and I feel like you should too, because I know you haven't seen the stats, but you will be offended.
Thank you, Paul Welch. Don't be a Herbert, guys. I may not reach, but you don't need to be a Herbert.
So, yeah, I mean, like, okay, I can defend some TOS episodes. Some TOS episodes are great, are amazing, they're fantastic. Not one of them. I can't
This is a bit of a toss.
It is a bit of a... Yeah, okay. So, let's talk about the card itself. Adam, this is some cool art.
Well, hold on. Before we get into game stuff, thank you. I found this The Way to Eden Glitch Hop remix
which we played before.
in the darkest corner of YouTube that we played at the beginning of the stream. In fact, you guys can scroll back and listen again if you want. It is pretty damn catchy. It was
crank your volume up, get your bass turned high, and just listen.
Uploaded by TC, who has 12 subscribers, and they uploaded it 9 years ago. So this is really corner of the YouTube thing. So
gonna blow that up
together. And there's a link in the description right now of our video if you want to go listen. So
the niche audience that loves The Way to Eden and sort of grime and glitch hop and any of that kind of electronica is is quite niche. There's at least so many of them. The card itself, the art is great. I kind of love it. He is a unique character for the game. I will give it that. But my God, we were moaning about Voyage Crew coming out that were so goddamn terrible. We moaned previously about Carl, and this guy's even worse. He's Voyage 274.
From a group looking for the planet Eden, Adam sought to persuade others through song.
And he doesn't make
That's a laudable goal. Look, he's got the number 4 dip base in the entire game. I don't know what you guys.
Oh yay! Along with about 300 other people.
That's pretty impressive.
So can I?
Musician's a good antimatter trait. I know that.
So can I bring something up? Right, like we talk about how people who have good voyage scores, like it's always thematically appropriate when they are a voyager, someone who has traveled through the stars, and on the way to Eden, that voyage apparently that merits, what is it, 275?
Yeah, actually, a person that voyages to find a new home.
No, that's not a voyager.
But what's okay? Let's talk meta. And apologies, Auto, because I know you're sort of like out of the game at the moment. But like talking like a little bit sort of meta use of this card. It's like
I played like 2 weeks ago. Okay, I'm not like dead and came back and rose like 4 years later. Okay, I'm relatively up to date with how the game works.
I just want to be sensitive to
hey,
your own.
Grandpa, I don't know if you played this game, but it's
the future's now, Grandpa.
Okay,
here, I'll give you some dill to get started.
Eat your applesauce, Otto. The adults are talking now.
I mean, here's the thing above anything else. It's like they just released, they just did the mega with Lothario Q, who is the exact same skill set as this guy.
Oh wow!
And an infinitely better card. So I mean,
I didn't even twig that.
Well, now, Lothario Q, he's good in Gauntlet, and he's a better Voyager, but his bases are atrocious, so if you're someone who is into bases, you have that there.
If you're all about that base.
You can't say that this is like a no-hope card. Like, there are good aspects to him, and he does look pretty damn cool.
Yeah, the art is the thing you bring in.
Do we have enough cards in the game with instruments to have a full band?
Gotta be.
Oh, I'm sure we do.
Will Scarlet?
Well, there's Alan Adale.
Eric's F, isn't he playing an instrument?
Yeah, he's got like a little loop. Yeah. So Alan Adale, Adam. Yeah, you can have a full band. We need someone on drums, though. We need to get Tendy on drums.
Oh, Cayman Picard.
Yeah.
You would have the flute.
And Harry Kim's got his clarinet, but he's not playing it.
But even through all this,
he's listening to Cayman bust out a flute solo.
Juliana Tainer, jazz musician Riker.
Yeah.
There's loads.
I'm cheating and looking up musician trait right now. So.
It's fine.
Mariachi Q.
Yeah.
By the way,
so what you're saying is that everyone should immortalize this card so you can have a good brief crew.
It wouldn't be a bad one.
Okay, so who's this card for?
Punk rocker.
What? Why
it's
release
for
a card like?
He's not playing right now.
At least give him something. It's not even got a collection.
He has a good dip base. Like you can use him on shuttles.
But what shuttles? Like, there's no anim events. There's there's nothing for.
So let me play devil's advocate here and sort of meet in the middle, right? He has a big dip base, and yes, it's not in like the higher curve. Like you've got Sato and then you've got Saru, and then you've got like the rest of them, right? So he has a big dip base for people who may not have a lot of dip bases, which I don't know how many people don't have good dip bases by this point, but whatever. He does have a big dip base, but the problem is like we got Saru like 3 weeks ago. I don't necessarily question the overall quality of the card. I question the timing. Like, how am I meant to be excited for this card's stats when I could have gotten a better base 3 weeks ago? Granted, that was a higher competition event. That's true. So if you were looking to maybe get a better voyage, like on like a newer roster, a lower competition event like this might be good for you. I suppose that's the logic.
But the difference is, I mean, like how many dip seats do you see in a typical faction? Like just between, if you're just running 4 shuttles, you might see 4, 5, 6 seats, maybe.
I think, yeah.
If you're running requisition shuttles, you might see 12, 15, 20 dip seats. So,
I mean, here's the thing about anything else. It's like they just did the mega with Lothario Q, who is the exact same skill set as this guy. And you know,
Like, okay, I get it because I'm also on the Voyages are all that matters bandwagon. Well, now collections, but we can't say he's like objectively a no-hoper. There's definite use there, and
there is use. And what restraints is a musician, which has been long flaunted as a collection. I think I could see
spiritual,
some
desperate, resourceful.
Spiritual's decent. I could see that getting like a mega down the road.
So when Gloria came out, and granted, this was almost a year and a half ago at this point, as a campaign crew, she was. Her voyage total was not really great. It was somewhere in the
like
hundreds.
150, I think. Yeah,
mid hundreds, and we're like, you probably find better. But there were so many people that were like, she actually sticks around on a lot of voyages for me because I can't get mid command anywhere else. Well, now, even though it's a year and a half later, Gloria and Adam are within like 20 ranks on voyage score. So. You can't say you would voyage for no one. Granted, you should be able to upgrade out of him, and you should be looking to do so. But
yeah, I mean Dip Med is fairly prolific these days. There's been quite a few mega crew, God Q, Soji Asha that have sort of had that pair.
The Med Command is interesting. I don't know what that pairing looks like in terms of power, because I know that a lot of the top 10 Med Command crew for the pairing are actually like secondary, tertiary. So I'm not sure where he ranks there. I don't know if we got stats for that.
I shall have a look.
So maybe that could be some niche use as a bit of Med Command on your voyage if you haven't got Pollard or Troy or Phlox. I suppose that could be a fringe use.
I mean, he really is only a shuttler at this point, and you're counting on either musician or spiritual to poke up in the future. But yes, Big. I feel like you want to chime in here.
Well, I'm just thinking it's like, okay, he's just a shuttler on day one. Is he going to get better?
I don't think anyone's saying he's a good card by any stretch.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're looking at looking at Med Command,
in fact, I'm curious.
He scores less than Bridge Officer Troy for Med Command, so I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
I take that back. Don't ignore everything I've said in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Otto, you've got the data core for musician open, right? How many musicians are there, and how many do you think you would need if they added, say, an 80 or 100 threshold collection?
Hold on. There are 72, so I would imagine they would go to 60 if they were to do it tomorrow.
And then they could potentially expand it 8 ones down the road.
There are 38 non-gold musicians, so you need 22 gold musicians at that point.
Yeah, the problem is I think there's a fair few that would be better than this. But
I mean,
if you
really
lucked into a few
ones.
copies,
Enterprise E Picard, COP founder Picard, Dancing Uhura. So
musicians.
Yep.
Allegedly.
Wow. Okay.
Most of Uhuras are musicians.
Huh. No, not Uhuras. I was questioning Picard's. He can barely play that flute.
Nyota Uhura.
Wow. Assassinated live on stream.
Any Picard set after the Inner Light is supposed to have the musician.
Okay.
Supposed to.
Yeah. No.
How consistent that is variable.
By the way, I absolutely love going down the rabbit hole of TNG. Well, I guess any series fan edits where they go back and put together episodes of the goofy things. There's one called Flouting Danger, and it's Picard in his ready room playing the flute to some classical music, and you hear like phaser fire in the other room, and there's like bodies being thrown around in the corridor. And someone tries to contact him like through the intercom, and he gets all like frustrated, and he goes, "Music pause," and then he goes right back to playing the flute.
Oh, that's good, because that's from A Fistful of Datas, right? That's like the scene where like everyone has basically got a day off and they're all like fucking around doing whatever, and he's just like getting interrupted like 17 times in a row. That's good. I like that.
Yeah. All right. End all of Adam.
Rest in peace, Adam. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on.
Hold on.
Go on.
No,
okay.
We're not going to move on.
Oh,
I get to throw a little flavor into this. Of course, I had to look up the way to eat. And by the way, okay, if you guys can be serious for a minute and try to not dump on Adam.
Okay.
Did you find? Because I did. Did you find the music from Way to Eden catchy? The songs that like the Way to Eden and stuff. Yeah. And
with context, honestly, like it was 60s kind of. You know, it's a product of its era, definitely.
Okay.
I've heard worse made for a
yeah,
show.
yeah.
I've heard way worse.
So
And it is
I was-
thematically appropriate, and it has the kind of weird psychedelic sound that I would associate with a spiritual group of essentially cultists.
Who then go to their planet and they all die.
I was looking up the script on
Spoiler
chakotea.net.
alert.
And
Spoilers.
And so
Sorry
the-
for this
at the end-
7-year-old show.
At the end, Adam dies. Rip Adam. But the script
We've
says
been
in
doing it all this
parentheses,
whole episode.
Rest in
so, yeah.
psychedelia.
they come across his body, and so the script says in parentheses, our young minstrel is spread out on the ground, a half-eaten fruit beside him. So,
Our young minstrel. That sounds like something I'd read in like a bad romance novel.
Yeah, that sounds so Victorian. It's like, oh,
Oh, my young minstrel.
my stars and garters.
Thank you. That's the most appropriate use of my name ever. I appreciate it.
I've never heard British big before. This is breaking new ground.
Oh, one of us.
Well, 2 scotches in, it kind of happens.
Ah, there you go then.
All right, I cede the rest of the showtime to you, clown.
Okay.
I just came on to pump up Adam because I know no one else would.
All right, let's
By
move
the
on.
way,
Oh.
hold on, the actor. Now I gotta find it. He also plays the hard-charging general in Charles Napier is the actor's name.
Yeah.
Plays
Was he in,
Lieutenant General Denning in.
Mars Attacks or something, maybe?
Wow, that's a
Little
real
Green
shift.
Men.
Wow.
The one where the Ferengi go back in time.
Oh,
and you
really?
get to meet
Oh,
Scarlet
it's him.
and everything.
Wow.
Oh, wow, did not
That's
know
a
that.
pull.
All right, I like this card now.
He's in the final 4 of our Square Jaw timeline showdown. So
Amazing. Oh, I did not realize.
Big is up there too.
see, now you like Adam.
I like
There's
him.
another reason to get Adam.
There we go. He's been in more than one episode. I like him.
Get at him or not.
He's in that rare group of people that have been in an original series episode and a Deep Space Nine episode and nothing else. So that's cool. Like the
That's
Klingons
true.
3, you know.
Dahar Master and Adam.
Yeah.
And Arn Darvin.
Oh, and on
Well,
That's true.
Yeah.
Good old Charlie Brill.
How could we forget?
How could we? Okay, let's move on. The super rare crew you can get from this Galaxy event, which you'll be able to get all 4 stars of, is Archaeologist Q, and we're all excited because he's costumed. But yes, there's another member of the Q Continuum. Only a 2 skiller, which is a bit of a shame, but he's still got number 3 science rank for super rare crew, so there's some definite use there. But...
No, a base doesn't matter, as I was just told in our last segment. Is he a Voyager? No, I guess he's total complete garbage. Please throw him out the airlock.
All right, moving on.
Sorry, is this a sore subject to me?
So you might want to.
So the difference is
auto for the next section.
So the difference is
Hold on,
Adam
I'm
has
a server admin. I can mute myself.
So
There we go. Thank you. All right. So now that the show can continue on with the adults.
So the difference is Adam has an event count of 3, Q has an event count of 31.
Fucking hell.
Hold on. Now events are a good thing. You're stumping for event count. Huh?
I'm not Skycap. I don't think events are trash. Look, I think they're decent.
Shots fired.
Is he the? Does he make it now to where the Continuum collection requires no gold?
Yeah.
Complete now? So that's important to some players.
So everyone's like a copy of Q2. You can just flush that right out the airlock.
I'm still gonna finish Sheriff of Nottingham Q at some point for the vanity, but
Yeah.
for the non-insane people at home, this does save you putting gold sights on some bad Q.
Yeah. WRG Ben's back in chat. He's on your side. Auto base isn't everything.
Yes.
Wait, so base isn't everything.
Ben's a big Gauntlet guy. He's been pushing to add Gauntlet crew for a long time. I know that much.
What does he know?
He doesn't play this game. He doesn't even go here.
Look, if Ben wants to rebut, he can come on the show. Otherwise, we're just going to slander his name.
We're just gonna have him on for the Q&A, and he's gonna come on the camera, and he's gonna have like an Adam face mask on.
Do it.
So, Archaeologist Q's flavor text says, Q tempts Picard with trips to ancient civilizations to better understand history and archaeology.
So, I don't know if this is just me reading into it, but I feel like this is relatively a common interpretation. Q is totally coming on to Picard in that scene, right?
Oh God, he's coming on to him for the entire season. Like any appearance, there is just his chemistry. Have you watched Tapestry? He's in bed with him, whispering in his ear.
Well, I wasn't sure how radical an idea of it was going to be, because I'm pretty sure even John Delancey has basically said that he considers Q to be in love with Picard, which I think is probably a decent reading of it.
You can sort of feel the tenderness.
Omnipotent being, and he could go anywhere and be with anyone, and he's keeps coming back to Picard. So that's
going to be quite an ego booster, by the way, if a Q is infatuated with you.
Well, it's an ego boost for the first 2 times, and then you're just like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out.
I really don't have it.
that's a decent Picard impression, actually.
Hidden talent.
Okay. So, I mean, it's a decent 4-star, like...
Yeah. If you want a Q in a costume,
he's with a decent base. Yeah,
it's another Q in a
decent costume Q. What can go wrong?
Alright. Let us...
By the way, during the Q Continuum Scoundrel Mega, what was it, last year?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are convinced they've run out of Qs. Like, we're not going to get more.
Oh, definitely not.
Oh, God, no.
No, I heard that a lot. Like, there aren't really a lot more variables. And a lot of people brought up drug sniffing Q, which we did get. We got Marine Q from like the same episode where he's flashing through the different.
There's Starfleet Admiral Q. There's Old Man Q from All Good Things. There's drug sniffing Q. I think there's a few other ones as well.
Alderaan Serpent Q.
If you really wanted to start scraping the bottom of the barrel, you could have like naked floating Q from the beginning of.
If they can do Floxo Natural, they can do naked Q. Come on, this.
Yeah.
You know what? No, I was going to say, make it a fusion card.
Yeah.
Where it's like human Q plus a Picard, and then you get that Q.
So actually, during the charity stream, during the Q&A section with WRG, we got a little background about that. Because I think it was... gosh, now I can't remember which one of them. I think it was Carmen was pushing for naked Phlox. And they kept shooting him down, and he said, no, we can do like a sight gag, it'll work. So he finally got to push through, and I think... For a lot of people, that has been, even if it's not their favorite card, it's like there's so much. I don't want to say this. There's so much flavor in that card that I think it really adds a lot to the game. Even if you don't have it, or just the fact that it's out there is so cool.
Yeah, no, that it's fun, and
have fun. It's important to have fun in this video game.
So space
radical idea.
So give us back stabbed Picard. That's fun. No.
yeah.
By the way,
I don't know about you, but I find being penetrated pretty fun.
Jesus.
One more Q I'd like to see in the game would be...
They'll come back around, I swear.
Yeah. One more Q I'd like to see in the game would be Amanda Rogers Q, where she kidnaps Riker and tries to get him to fall in love with her, and she's in that very elaborate dress with everything. That would be a cool visual. So,
stars, Jesus Christ. Sorry, right.
That's for the next compilation. WRG Ben says it's fun, like our new aquatic crew. You know what? The aquatic Xindi is fun.
Yeah,
it's
that
true.
is fun. Yeah.
It'd be nice if they were fun and good, but I'll take fun.
Okay, I'm going to give you guys a choice. What would you like to talk about next? Well, shall we go on to the campaign or something I'm very chuffed about?
Something you're very chuffed about. That's fun.
Pleased for American viewers.
That is very. Let's talk about the animated series character Chuft-Captain from the. I can't remember the episode name, but it was written by Larry Niven, no less, wrote an episode of the animated series, which featured this race of beings called the Kzinti, who, for apt listeners of Star Trek Picard, may have heard Riker mention he was having a Kazinti problem. So it's a little link. Taz is canon. It's here. But yes, this is the Tuesday Pack crew.
You took us all over the universe to make that link just now.
Yeah, this is like it's
so you know
far
what?
Wide.
I'm actually going to blow you out here, Idle. They actually made Taz canon way earlier because I'm pretty sure that Benjamin Sisko is a veteran of a Kazinti conflict.
Oh,
because that's where he was his first officer under Admiral Layton.
Isn't that the Zenkethi?
Yeah.
Because he says Zenkethi in DS9.
Does he?
Yeah, I think that's different because I remember trying to look up information on the Zenkethi and they didn't have much other than what was mentioned in DS9. So
the xylophone aliens got it.
Yeah, I think that's a different. Which, by the way, Chuft-Captain is also voiced along with everyone else in TAS by Jimmy Doohan, aka Scotty. So
this is a really cool theme pack because it's all James Doohan characters.
Let me bring up the theme pack art on screen, and yeah, it's great because like Taz is voiced by all the original crew except for Walter Koenig, who wrote a script but didn't appear for budget reasons. So he wrote an episode but wasn't in it. But the rest of the voices are either James Doohan or
he was going to get paid somehow. Damn it.
Or Majel Barrett, who voices Mress and a ton of the other sort of female characters. But I really would encourage everyone to go and watch the animated series. Like, it's not that bad. Once you can kind of get over the sort of like the old sort of Space Ghost coast to coast art style, it's all right. It's some good stuff.
I absolutely adore that they kept, because I don't know if this is probably like a common factoid, but I'm pretty sure the coloring director for this animated show was like colorblind in a very specific way. So that's why you have stuff like pink tribbles and like the Kazinti here is wearing like basically like a lilac lavender pink here. It's because he just every color that was in a certain spectrum he would interpret as pink. So I love that they kept that intact for the art. Pardon me.
I need to shout out Ineffable here because I know they are collecting every pink crew in the game. So I'm so sorry for your wallet because you've had pretty much the last few Tuesday packs have all been like, you've had Carol and Palamas, you've had this Chuft-Captain, there's been Tribble Captain in the Honor Hall. Like, your wallet must be straining just to get pink crew. So, appeal to WRG. Please put a pink crew as a 4-star at some point, just for Ineffable.
Now, I'm gonna like do something unprecedented here, and I'm gonna ask for permission to make an off-color joke.
Like you needed permission before.
I feel like after the last one, I feel like I need to. So, Robert Kaiser here asks, Aquatic Collection coming with George and Gracie and the Zindi, and more to come. Yeah, you could have Drowned Kestra Troy.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh
my God, that is.
Oh,
we might have hit a barrier.
I asked for permission.
Oh, I know. I see why. I should have said no.
Yeah, you should have.
Okay. Chuft-Captain. So.
Yeah, what are the stats on?
We're going to move on that one. Void rank 74. He has got, similar to Sword actually, he's got it's a strange one. It's 425% instant damage at 8 seconds, which is more, but slightly less time. So I'm not sure if that's going to matter much in the Killy world at 6 seconds, but I think that's his most interesting sort of.
It's Killy's world. We're just living in it.
Is it? Well, yeah, too right. I heard someone.
I will say that.
Go on.
I like having as far as my big boom crew goes, I like having like a 2 at 6 seconds and then 1 at 8 seconds as kind of a third punch. And I think that this card might serve pretty well in that role with the higher burst damage than any of the other cards at that time frame.
1 use per battle is kind of strange, though. Like they have that on a few older crew who have like a 20-second duration. I think like the Duras sisters, maybe, or one of those really old crew that if you can use them for 20 seconds, fine. Only give them 1 use, but for instant damage crew to only have 1 use is a little weird. So hopefully you're finishing the battle before he runs out of juice.
Yeah.
Also, underrated here is the bridge crew. Like, if Adam's good on bridge crew, this guy's even better. Because he's turned to the side and has a gun pointing, so he can't get much better than that for her.
Yeah, and he's a nice and bright, colourful character. I also remember, I think, Hunter is one of those weird traits that often pops up on Voyages, and it's really hard to fill with any decent crew, because it's otherwise like Rurapenthe, Commandant, and then a load of crap. So like him having the hunter trait actually means he'll slot in quite nicely. And he's got like a nice little, he's got like thief. I think he's got maverick. Like these are all like fun little thematic traits I could easily see having event work in the future as well.
Chuft-Captain commanded the Kzinti forces of the Traitor's Claw in an ill-fated attempt to gain relics of war from slavers' stasis boxes. Okay, I just read that and I still have no clue what the plot of that episode is.
So
anti-spoilers.
So there is something really fun about his equipment because we they've been getting a little bit, WRG have been getting a little bit more inventive with sort of equipment layouts, with sort of Salia sort of going through her human forms and Mayweather, EV suit Mayweather equipping the snowman. Chuft-Captain actually has quite a fun one because in the episode they get a device. Can't remember the specifics, but they get a device and it evolves through time. His actual sort of main equip does actually change as there's 4 separate equips, and that actually changes as it evolves through the episode. So there is actually a quite nice little piece of continuity with that, which is really nice to see. It's quite nice when you sort of pay attention.
That's good fun.
To little things. That. Yeah, he is. We talk about fun crew. Okay, don't do Tuesday packs, kids, but this is a very fun crew.
I just realised he has a green Nerf gun with double barrels.
That's the device as well. Watch Taz. Taz is great.
Double props to them then for putting in that extra effort for a crew who's going to debut, who only 5% of the people are going to see anyways, compared to an event crew. So that's really nice.
You're getting your money's worth in a weird way.
Well, that's the thing. If you're pulling 6-packs, you are going for a very specific crew, either for utility or for fun. And I feel like he hits on both in a nice way.
Do you think, like, if they were to sort of do a separation between sort of event crew and, say, Tuesday pack crew? So event crew, anyone can get if they're going to sort of push for the 1-500, and they're going to be sort of your bog standard, either a Voyager or a big base or some sort of collection filler. But if the Tuesday crew are going to be like, okay, we'll put a bit of extra development time in it. We've given them a voice clip. We've given them interesting items to equip. We've given them decent stats. Would that make that a bit more appealing in the kind of, say, putting where your money's worth?
The thing is, it's like, if it was a direct, you can pay to get this crew, like a certain just a cash sum, like you can with like the event offers, then maybe. But the amount of dill, as we've shown on the show, that you can throw away chasing for a 6-pack crew is like kind of doesn't really make that feasible. And also, it would only further the divide between, hey, good crew go in 6-packs, bad crew go in event thing, which we've had for like the last little while.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Like we've not had the worst raft of event crew, but like they have been lower quality relatively. Sorry,
and if you've already made your choice whether you're gonna go after 6-packs or just play events and play it tighter to the vest. And I don't think changing what those crew are is really going to change anybody's mind in that regard.
I think it could. I mean, because people collect for different reasons. Like you said, Ineffable's going after pink crew. So I know we love to go after stat crews. So if they, released a new Captain Braxton or Gary 7 or something, we'd be more likely to go after them. But for other players, if they're pink, they're going to go after them. Or if they're a character they like, they're going to go after them. Or if it's Senator Vreenak and they have a sound clip, maybe they go after him. So, but I bet the gut reaction would be, oh, if you're spending more time on them, you're probably spending less time on the free crew, and they're going to complain about that. So, I would just take this for what it is. It's a nice little extra thing that they put in, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, the ultimate takeaway here is don't do anything.
Don't do anything nice for your players, or they're going to complain about all the not nice things that happen.
Exactly. Never do anything. Never try.
All right.
Okay. There was an attempt.
There was an attempt.
Okay. So can we also talk about the fact that like the next 10 6-pack crew are all going to be pink, just so now that you've said that, so they can get money?
Hey, this one player who runs the data core is just like spends so much money. Everyone's going to be pink now. Pink Picard. Pink.
Yeah, there's going to be a Pepto.
Picard. Yeah, I like it.
In the next 3 months.
That's up there. That's up there with Picard.
Yeah.
Sorry, Big.
Picard will happen. God damn it.
Oh no, that was it. There's going to be a bubblegum collection, whatever you want to say for pink cards.
Do it.
Just because of what you said now.
Okay. Now I'm trying to think of pink crew not in game.
Ferengi headed Kira Quark from the hologram.
Oh,
They're wearing that big
oh,
pig
yeah.
hat waiting for you.
Or-
Yeah,
or-
there you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Or lumber.
Dude. Yeah, lumber.
Mm.
All right, let's throw this in reverse and back out of this.
Yeah.
This road we just started to go down.
Somebody stop me.
Okay, so thank you to TheLineMustBeDrawnHere, which is actually username TheLineMustBeDrawnHere. He sent us a few questions. He sent a few questions for Ben's Q&A.
Okay.
Which go on.
If that guy's like alt is not called this far no further, then what's the point?
Yes. Who has submitted some questions for Ben on the 9th, which, reminder, all of you can do, submit questions at timelinestalks@gmail.com or send us a message on Discord, the forums,
All of us.
by June the 1st. Sorry.
Can I submit one?
You can.
Yes.
You can. Yes. You have access to our shared document.
You have God-given permission.
Anyway, he's also
Just
sent...
plug it straight in, man.
He's also sent us questions as well. So, guys, I hope you can answer this. There's a few questions.
Wait,
He's got sent us
Ben?
about... Sorry?
Ben sent us questions?
No, The Line Must Be Drawn Here sent us some questions.
Oh, okay.
Yes. The speech from...
Hold on. Is there an acronym? The line.
No, you gotta say the whole thing. It's like a Tribe Called Quest. You got to say it all.
What about just Lamed? Line must be drawn. Line.
How about you just call them line?
Line. There you go.
No, let's call them The Line Must Be Drawn Here. No further.
Okay. Okay.
It rolls off the tongue.
All right. How about the line must be drawn here, this far, no further, and I will make them pay for what they've done. If we're doing the whole thing.
Blow up the damn ship, Jean-Luc!
No! I don't have anything to smash.
Oh, you do.
I do.
Wait, you can just play the intro of our timeline showdown thing.
True.
Shit, where's my button? No, I can't.
WRG Ben says, ask me questions. I will not accept any questions from more. Well, get fucked.
Okay. First question that Line must ask. One of the areas of weakness in my game is Gauntlet. I've only gotten to second place. Only? I am not willing to spend outrageous amounts of dilithium to get first place for a measly 2,000 honor achievement. However, I would like to at least place higher to get more red angels or other goodies from the Gauntlet Hall. Would you like to know what are some of you? I would like to know what are some of your strategies for doing well in the Gauntlet specifically. I can't really answer this one because I just spam it until I get. I just spam merits until I just fail completely. So I haven't seen a 2 win for ages. And the last time I got a 1 win, I spent dilithium and got fuck all. So, but yeah, guys, please chip in on this one.
Well, I find that because I rank basically in the top 10 every time, and I've gotten a few wins, and but.
Jesus Christ, Stars.
You gotta keep showing at me.
I'm sorry, Big. Come back, please.
No. So I think a lot of it depends on when you join your gauntlet. Like, if you join immediately after a gauntlet ends, that's when all of the big
slaughter happens. Yeah.
And you're gonna have to fade all kinds of people spending merits, spending dilithium, whatever to rank. And it also just gives you that much more time to accrue points before the gauntlet ends. You could have a whole nother 4-hour, 8-hour, 12-hour round. So I typically don't join a gauntlet until probably the next morning after, and this is, US time, so whatever the Euro equivalent is, I don't know where this person is from. But, give it a good 8-12 hours after the gauntlet starts before you even join it, and the competition is usually going to be a lot less, I find.
Yeah, in fact, I'll go further on it. I always start around about 20 or 30 minutes afterwards, just because usually all the people who are big onto it have gotten 800 points and they've all settled into the top ranks, which means that you can go in at rank 108 and just start sniping all the things and building up your streak, which generally speaking means you're going to get a better chance of something dropping. That being said, I actually have a story that's kind of appropriate to this. I haven't had a Red Angel drop for me at all, like ever since they came out, and I was like, this is the one Gauntlet crew I don't have. This is really hurting every time the trait set comes up. I got my first Red Angel from a rank 48 finish, because I was literally I don't care anymore. And then I got my next copy the day after from a 3-win streak. So there is no logic to how they drop. Because I've never gotten a rank 1 apart from once. Because I was like, I can't be bothered. I don't want to spend the dilithium. I like keeping my merits for pulls. And the one time I bothered, it was a case of, and then I had to spend, I think, 30 dilithium for a refresh just so I could just edge over at like 1 minute to the end. And I got purple components.
Yeah.
So rank 1 finishes do not correlate to actually better rewards. They say that they do, but they don't. They straight up don't.
It's the danger of RNG, and I've seen a few people complain. It's like, oh, I'm just doing rubbish and Gauntlet. Oh, there's no hope for it. It's like, mate, it's random. There isn't no rhyme or reason to it. You have better odds the higher up you are. Well, apparently you have better odds the higher you are up. So which is what the game says. But again, like you said, I've had crew off 3 streaks before. I've had crew off like a number 12 win.
Related story. Well, just on Star's story. The day after he got his Red Angel, the one crew that I had left to get to finish immortalize all of them was one last caretaker, and I got that caretaker on a 3 streak 10 minutes before the gauntlet ended. So the rank boxes were totally irrelevant. It's like, I don't even care anymore. I don't care about gauntlet anymore. I'm out.
You won. What is that saying?
So if you're trying to rank number 1 specifically or high up, I found that the best thing you can do is, so there is a sort of hidden timer, a 4-hour timer. And once your crew are refreshed, the next time you go and enter the gauntlet or refresh the leaderboard or whatever, it will start that 4-hour timer. So if your crew are fatigued or whatever, and you go and check on them with 4 hours and 1 minute left in the gauntlet, you can start that timer. And so what happens is at the end, near the end of that 4-hour timer, if there's 5 minutes left in gauntlet, you'll have 5 completely refreshed crew. And then after you use them with 1 minute left to go in the gauntlet, they'll all be refreshed again. So you can sort of double barrel fire twice as many battles right at the end. And that's something you can track in the I Am Tosk tool, or if you have the old I Am Picard tool, you can check the timer because that's not displayed in game until you actually do a battle.
Yeah.
So if you do a battle and then check your fatigued crew, they'll say, it refreshes in 3 hours.
In fact, I'll go one further. I don't think it shows it until you've lost a crew.
Yeah, you have to physically...
Right.
Yeah, physically win. I've seen a few people do that. They'll have 4... I think we were watching Renard's stream once, weren't we? You, me, and Auto, and you said, man after my own heart. You've exhausted a crew just so you can get that timer to go. I think this is a lot.
But you don't have to actually do the battle. You just need to refresh it, the gauntlet once your crew are all refreshed, and then it will start that timer. So it's sort of a hidden little thing, but yeah, you can track that in player tools or just keep a mental note. So firing the double barrels, having essentially 10 crew to all do right at the end of the gauntlet if you're awake. If you're European, then I feel sorry for you because it's hard to do that at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. or whatever. So.
Another little trick that I've found, if you're in a close battle, like if you're rank 2 or 3 and there's someone that's right with you in rank, is to do a couple of refreshes until you've got a matchup that you can win, and just kind of sit on that until maybe 5-10 seconds left for the gauntlet's over, and then just fire it off right before it's over. That way the other player doesn't have a chance to respond to you. And especially if it's for a lot of points, maybe like 100, 140 points or something, that can be the difference between first and second right at the very end.
I've also found that Payne and Nos are going to go break their kneecaps works really well too.
Jock. Okay, so 3 other questions associated with it, which I'll rattle off now. So, number 1, how do you pick your crew? Do you base it on the traits and skill set for that tournament, or do you just pick Lakuta's Gary 7 Red Angel Caretaker each time? We've spoken about Gauntlet Refresh, which was his next question. The next one was, is there any strategy to adopt in the last hour of Gauntlet? It appears this is the time to hit battles, keep winning, which you've also addressed. So I'll focus on how do you pick your crew? So sort of what are the kind of things do you look for with regards to traits and skill sets, or do you use sort of the common big Gauntlet hitters like the names you mentioned?
I typically use the big crew just because I'm lazy and I don't want to scroll, down and down and down and find crew that match up. If there's a crew within the first, because what I will do is I'll just go across one skill at a time. I'll hit command and then I'll look for the first, 4 or 5. And if there's one that's a 45% crit, then great, I'll pick them. If not, I'll pick Kalis. And then diplomacy and then engineering and then down the row. And then usually that will leave me a 5th slot that I can use as kind of a wild card. And then I might pick, a crit crew. So generally I'll use the big crew just because I'm lazy.
Yeah, and I will also say that like these trait sets are not all made equal. Like there are certain sets where there are some where no one gets 45%. Like I think it's like Constable Spiritual Section 31. It's like
But
there is no and it's like there is no crew that will hit a 45% there. So if you
don't
want
to unfreeze Agent Harris just to get some crits or something?
No. and it's like in instances like that, it is literally just a case of you have to rely on either 25%ers or you have to just go by a pure strength of roll. And there are certain crew in the game that have an unfair advantage, and it can sometimes lead people thinking, oh, they must have a higher chance of crit, even though it just says 25%. And I'm saying like Locutus or like Red Angel here. The thing is that they have really high minimum rolls, which means that they will always perform better than someone with low minimum rolls. That's why if you've ever fielded defensive flux, you will get incredibly frustrated because his low roll is like 295. More often than not, anything with like 295 of that, you're going to be disappointed because you're going to have bad rolls. So if you can't hit on a good trait set with like a decent amount of crit, you want to go for decent minimum rolls. And if you can get someone with odd skill combinations, it's way better. Like that's the one reason why I didn't ask for them to refund my Captain Beverly Picard, because as kind of useless as she is, whenever a med command thing comes up, it's very rare that someone else will have her, and you can kind of just dominate in that set.
And actually, his med, I'm trying to sort it now. His med minimum is actually not that bad. There's like 8-10 crew with a worse minimum. The issue is people look at defensive flocks and they see 1,000. Oh, look, it breaks the UI. It goes on to the next row. That's how big his roll is, and he's so great. And that's really not the case. Actually, I'm looking now. Looking at crew with the worst minimums. Twilight T'Pol, who a lot of people like. Sulan, another somewhat common med crew. So, it's not that his minimum is so terrible. It's that people look at 1,000 and think, oh, he's going to hit 1,000 every time. Well, no, not really.
So it leaves a lot of room for variance.
Yeah, there is a lot of room for variance. So I have 2 different modes. One, if I'm try-harding, I try to get one crew who, so the featured skill appears twice as often as other skills. So like if dip is going to show up 15% of the time and Eng is featured, you can expect to see that 30% or whatever the numbers are. So if Eng is featured, I try to get one of each of that skill combo. So I'll maybe grab Braxton for Eng command, Red Angel for Eng dip, and go down the line to try to make sure all of those combos are covered. And when I'm in fun mode, I grab whoever has the most crit. And so actually I make a lot of behold choices based on Musketeer LaForge, I know he gets 45%. I'll grab him. Whoever else, my Mycelial Culber, sometimes I'll take for fun. He gets 45%. So, and they do well enough. Like it can feel kind of lousy going up against huge hitters like Locutus when you brought your fun crew, but at the end of the day, like you guys say, it's not really going to affect the chances of getting crew all that much. Like if it makes Gauntlet more bearable and you can play it a little longer, maybe that gets you the crew rather than always bringing Locutus every time. So
Susan Robinson, who we know as 7 in chat, says Packled, Caretaker. And I think it sort of refers back to when Grebned Log was launched, and she launched an all Packled Gauntlet and did surprisingly well. I think got a few streaks with it. So
well, this is something also to keep in mind. Like if you do badly enough and you wait a while to join the thing, you will be at the very bottom, and you can like snipe some people who are doing really badly. You'll snipe some Lieutenant Sulus and some Commander at Kirks, and you'll feel a little bit bad about it because you're making someone else's day shittier. But it does feel good when you get a good streak going from that.
Yeah, that's something we didn't really pin down when we were talking about Gauntlet strategy. But I mean, and this is fairly common, I think, among players. But I will spend the first 24 hours of a gauntlet just trying to do streaks. Like I will intentionally pick just the 10 points matchups and try and stay as low as I can.
Slowly build up your rank,
Yeah, like wait a good 4 to 8 hours after you've joined the gauntlet before you even start any matchups. That way you start at the very bottom and people have built up points. And the first 24 hours is for streaks, and then the last 24 hours is when I try and build up a rank.
Yeah, because it's like when you look at it, it's like there are the ones that are plus 10 points when it's like right down to the wire, and then when you're low down, it's like plus 250, plus 250. You do 4 of those, and you're already like leapfrogging like leaps and bounds over other people. So I think that's a really solid strategy, actually.
Yeah,
this is the most we've talked about Gauntlet in probably the whole year that we've been doing the show.
Probably.
So Susan Robertson in chat says, "God, don't use my real name." So you hear that, Idol? She calls you God. Can you believe that? That's very deferential.
I am anointed.
He is wearing white.
I am Idol the White.
Yeah, you. As soon as we get off of this, she's gonna let you have it.
Nothing.
Yeah, and then she's gonna yell at you too. So. Oh, don't even start. Stars can do 18 terrible dick jokes in a row. I can't make one.
I can make a dead kid joke and I'll get away with it.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, next question. This is very applicable to all of you. Since the big book will no longer be supported, can you recommend another source to help us evaluate beholds? And I've heard this a few other places on Reddit and I think Facebook as well. When you guys, all of us sort of made the decision to say like. We're not doing the big book anymore. Fuck this hard work. It's too many collections. Like a lot of people saying, how do I know my right from left? Like, what's a good source to kind of get a good overall evaluation of crew these days?
So I feel like it's cheating to say it, but like the data core. Not just because like they will have like the old entries for crew, because those are going to age and they're going to become less and less applicable over time. You can always go like the whoever has the most collections route. That is a totally viable way to play. But the thing is with data core is it gives you so many metrics for you to compare. Stuff like when we were talking about Narek earlier, and Auto said, "Oh, he's at the 20th for his skill set." That is something you will get pulled from data core, and it will tell you for this exact combination, for these skills, for this pair, they are this, they are that, and you can make direct comparisons across crew, and that is how you separate one command dip suck from another one. That is exactly how it's a case of what is their ranking, what's their base, what's their event count. This is generally speaking how you would evaluate a crew's quality. And like spoiler alert, but like when we were doing the big book, it wasn't as like arcane as people probably thought it was. It was based on a lot of that data and then going off of where does this crew score well? Think about what you would actually be doing for the majority of your time playing the game, and then go based on what you prefer to play and what you prefer to do. Like, that's it. Make a decision between, do I want gauntlet crew? Do I want event crew? Do I want shuttlers? Do I want collections? And then you have to go based off of that.
Yeah, I don't want to make it seem like we didn't put in hard work, because good God, we did.
You did. I did.
You more than most, to be fair.
There comes a point where if you've done your research, now I'm assuming, okay, so you're playing the game, you're interacting on the forums or whatever, you're contacting guys who run a show, so you're obviously pretty invested in the game and you're wanting to get better. So the number one thing I would say is try to learn to evaluate crew yourself and what makes a crew good and a crew bad, because at one point, a new crew comes out and you have a list of metrics to look at, and within 30 seconds you can decide within 5-10% just how good this crew really is. So once you get used to it and looking at the areas you want to look at, the areas that you want to improve on your own roster, figuring out how good a crew is, will be like that. You don't have to put in all the work every week, and a new crew comes and look up all the spreadsheets and stuff. Once you know what to look for, it comes pretty easily. So, I mean, even if someone's opinion differs from yours and they think they're bad and think they're good, that can still be true. Like if they're bad for what they want on their roster, but they're good for what you want, then that's all that really matters. Like if you want Adam because you really need dip bases, which a lot of people have, for the longest time, they said, we haven't had a dip mega, we want a good one. Minuet doesn't count because she had a bad base. Like if that's what you're after, you can ignore a lot of the the sort of white background noise. If you don't need them, Voyages or Gauntlet, whatever, just look for what you do need and go off that. And it's a lot easier when you start from a smaller pool of numbers than trying to look at the whole thing at once.
Mm.
Yeah, because I mean, we never really intended the big book to be some kind of thing that was comprehensive to your roster, to where it's like you need to always pick this person above this person because their rank gets here higher or something like that. We always intended it to be a contextual reference.
Mm.
You take in all of the things that we say and then measure it against your roster and, you know, make your decision from there. And taking your own personal wants and needs into account just as much as, you know, whatever jokes we were saying along with stats or whatever. So that was always the intent. It's your game, it's your crew, it's your roster. Do what works best for you. And beyond that, I find darts work really well. Maybe dice. The entrails of barnyard animals.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Yeah, you know.
Catch a Spocky by his toe if he hollers.
Kelto, hey.
Oh, there you go. Thank you.
Yeah.
There we go.
That'd be done.
You'll actually be able to find lots of examples where a crew who is worse by the numbers will perform on a roster, and someone has a crew who's better, but they have one or two fewer stars, and it comes about because the percentage differences are actually very small. Like Voyager number 20 and Voyager number 200 are less than 10% apart. So if you get a crew to 5-5, they're going to perform, you know, just fine as long as they're in a reasonable range of power. So add a star is actually good advice in a lot of cases. And that doesn't necessarily mean sunk cost. If you have a 1-5 in Glatu, that doesn't mean you need to take them next time. But
yeah,
as long as they're still at a reasonable level and you like the crew or they address a weakness of yours, you can feel okay about not always taking the better crew, because that's how WRG is going to kill you with crew slots. Like they always want you to get the 0.1% better crew, and you don't always need that.
Yeah, like in fact, it's worth pointing out that I don't know how long ago it was, but like the time someone had the first 12-hour voyage, like with Roy Kirk, and if you look at the lineup, it is not like full of the top 10% of voyages. The Bashirs were on there; they were like Voyager 108 or whatever, something at the time, and I'm sure they're worse now.
150 something.
150 something, and it's like it is not a case of pure power. It's not a case of just skill set. It's a combination of all these things. It's a combination of random number generation. It's a combination of trait matches. Like Big is absolutely correct when he says that the big book was never meant to be an objective resource. It was merely just a sideways glance at a crew to get a general idea of what they are good at, not whether or not they are any good, almost. Because like almost any crew in the game can be good with enough stars and enough investment and enough luck. Like sometimes you just get people like a crew like Martia where it's like, 4 megas in a row or whatever, just from weird trait matches.
I saw that coming.
Yeah, no, you were always the fortune teller there.
Oh, so that's why she was tier 14.
Yeah.
Back when we had 15 tiers, yeah. And it's always a case of you absolutely need to set down what you want out of a crew more than anything else. Because I remember it was a conversation that came up usually whenever we were talking about Med Command or those odd combinations, is for certain people, that kind of crew in any like decent power is like the holy grail. Because it's a case of Med Command voyages are the hardest to stack. It's like, anything with decent voyage power, Med is rare. But if you had enough decent Med voyages and F Command voyages, you can make up that difference anyway. People were doing 10-hour Med Command voyages before Dr. Pollard came along, I'm sure. It's very fringe cases, and it's the saying, this is like the widest net that we can cast in terms of their utility. It is not a case of you need this crew in order to do anything in this area.
Yeah, Dam's got it right. Give a man a fish and he'll eat for today. Teach him how to fish and he'll make good behold choices. So basically, if there's any list out there, the CAB, I'm sorry, I can't speak Welsh, so I can't pronounce it correctly, but the CAB resource, there's a Exodus Big Book, there's Data Core. Any place that just gives you a number and you want to follow it, like that's fine. That's what people are doing for the big book for the longest time. They just looked at the tier. I'm like, guys, please don't do that, but they do it anyway.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's a mobile game, so you're not gonna get totally screwed that way. Any resource out there that's putting in a lot of time and effort, they're going to be able to separate the good crew from the bad crew, and you can absolutely follow that if you want. And if you want to try to take things even further, and you're putting a lot of time and effort into the game, teach yourself how to look at crew. And don't just look for them. But if you just want to look at a tier number, that works too. No one's going to judge you.
Yeah,
build your own book.
Yeah,
Big your own big book.
Yeah, start your own. That's the best way.
And then I can read it and tell you how bad all your choices are.
Tell you why you're wrong.
But I mean, in all seriousness, it's like if you have a voyage of 3 skilled immortalized golds, that's gonna more or less get you in the neighborhood of 10-hour voyages. I mean, or 8 to 10, somewhere in there. And if putting your Trelanes and your Elizabeth Denners on there makes it more
Captain
fun.
the Forges, yeah.
Yeah. If it makes it more fun for you, then those are the right choices for you, even if objectively, statistically, there are other crew that are better.
And further on to that point, it's like, 8 to 10 hours and 10 to 12 hours. I'm sure the reward. It's not as if legendary crews start suddenly dropping at like 12 hours. No. You can go 12 hours, and I bet you if you look at
child, you've never hit the secret legendary voyage yet. Oh man, you're gonna be in for a surprise.
Like I bet you if you go and look at those 12-hour voyages and see what happened when they came back, it's probably like 2 purple crew, a ton of replicator rations, and a decent amount of chronotons, but not even the best they've ever gotten out of a voyage.
I mean, the peak
consistency is what's important, not length.
The peak point is 8 hours, really. Isn't it?
Okay.
Ladies.
That was one of your best ones tonight, so I'll give you that one.
Well, the other thing, too, is just like the difference between an 8-hour voyage and a 10-hour voyage is not that much. The difference between a 10-hour voyage and a 12-hour voyage is an order of magnitude and the kind of luck that only comes around twice so far that we've documented. So
and after 20 collection expansions.
Yeah. And if you're shooting for that as a goal, then you're setting yourself up for disappointment. And if you're basing all of your choices around that, then
Well, I don't think he's talking specifically about voyages, but...
Yeah, it's true.
I think as well, speaking to Carp Diem when he hit a 12-hour voyage, he said, I've barely got any collections. So even that metric is still a little bit of a weird one. But just to plug, and I don't do this often, but just to plug something that I've made. If you look on the forum, there's Captain Idle's Data Core Analysis League. If you go through that and go through the list, I actually show you where your voyage pair scores are and what crew you could actually cite that you have that would improve that. So go have a look at that. It's on the forums. So I kind of built that for myself and then sort of spread it to everyone else. And I know a few people have used that to sort of, if you say like Med Command voyages are failing, right? How can I make these better? Then that'll actually directly show you. Oh yeah, cite these crew or cite these triplets, cite these pairs, and then that'll hopefully make it better. As long as you don't do the 2 skillers, because that could be a bit. Just have, but like Auto says, have a bit of knowledge about how the game works and sort of look into it, and you'll be able to steer yourself right eventually.
And
but
like
chances
your
are,
spreadsheet,
if you're asking these questions, you already know enough about it.
Yeah, if you know to ask, and it's like you take a crew that Trey had earlier, like Humbled Archer. It's like you look at that crew, and if you know what to look for, you can immediately kind of break down what he's going to be good for. He's going to be okay for events because he's got a big dip base, and that's a really common event seat. He's an archer, so he will get some variant events. He's got okay but not great traits, so you can't rely on that. He's got a decent voyage score, but where the real value comes in is the slightly odd skill set and the combination and the fact that, if you look on Data Core, it'll tell you, I'm sure he's like Med Command like 11 or whatever, but guess what? That's better than 90% of the crew. And you immediately narrow down onto that is what he's good for. He's not good for ship battles. He's not good for collections. And you immediately can make a decision of, do I need this crew or not? That's the kind of thing.
A good litmus test is if you're looking at a behold, especially golds, close your eyes and ask yourself, can I see myself putting citations on them? If they're on my roster, could I actually open the thing, press the citation button 3 or 4 times? And if the answer is no chance in hell, then don't try to talk yourself into a crew that's just going to hog a crew slot. If you have to add a star on a worse crew, that's okay. But if you like trying to collect crew because they're marginally better, but you know you'll never cite them anyway, that's going to get you into trouble.
And that's a fantastic litmus test for event participation too. If you're trying to decide before an event, am I really going to commit to getting 1 or 2 copies of this gold? Ask yourself, are you going to cite this crew? Because if you're not, then chances are
it's just another slot on your roster. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little. I mean, I'm sure it wasn't intentional. I hope it was intentional. It's a little bit devious, maybe, if you think about WRG when they reworked the rewards. The number of people thinking, oh, well, now I could pick up 2 stars, and that's better than 1 star, right? Well, that's just going to convince you to keep them on your roster longer if you don't have enough, citations to finish them. So,
yeah, you still need to pick your events like smartly. Yeah, it's true.
Thank you, Jan Kovalik. Yeah, got to cite Vargas, the number 2 pair Voyager. No.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't. I don't need any more veterans, so that's fine for me. Number 3, which I think is not really a question, but a statement from The Line Must Be Drawn Here, and it's a little sort of, a thank you for us. So just a note that I hope WRG compensates you for your work. Yeah, we hope so too. You're basically giving them direct marketing feedback on everything they do on a weekly basis. As you are independent from WRG, your free service... we honestly didn't pay them to say this. Your free service translates into lots of R&D dollars for them. Your diverse...
to do that.
Yeah, this stream has been the example that we are under no jurisdiction whatsoever. Your diversification into evaluating other stuff.
Yeah, no, this stream is the reason why we don't get any money. Sorry, I've ruined it for you all.
We have to pay the sponsors for their brand to associate with it.
Your diversification into evaluating other Star Trek games to play Star Trek events is a good move, as you are building an amazing custom following. We're doing all right. But yeah, let's say on Saturday we're doing Star Trek games. But no, thank you. The line must be drawn here. I'm very flattered for your comments and for everyone that sort of joins us and says that. So, it's always fun. The people that sort of say negative comments about our stream keep quiet, so that's quite good. I'm sure there are some out there. Okay, very last thing before we end. We won't spend too much time on this because it's getting on in the night. Campaign crew this week is Desert Philippa Giorgio and Captain Sue. This month, sorry. Captain.
Also this week. He's not wrong. Okay?
No, yeah. Technically correct.
Technically correct.
Yeah. Desert Philippa Giorgio and Captain Sulu are the campaign gets this week. I think like everyone is thinking about, 3 months ago would have been like, really? And now we're like, oh, yes, please, because Philippa Giorgio, 3 collections, even Captain Sulu, if you don't have the veteran collection done, then yeah, he is a veteran as well. But I'm more interested in Philippa Giorgio because outside of her 3 collections, if you're not a collection person, which there are a few out there who are like, I'm not bothered about them, is this still worth your money?
I would say so. Yeah.
I made the comment last week, like they're never going to release non-collection crew again, are they?
No.
And so next week we're getting Archaeologist Q, who's in 2 collections. They made the campaign crew 3 collections, and I'm struggling to think of a crew who has less going for them outside of collections than Giorgio. Like that's like 90%, 95% of her value, and you can use her on shuttles and stuff, but without Gauntlet or Rena or Voyages or what. It's like she's the collection queen, sort of. So,
what if I'm collecting Star Trek crew that look like they're sand people?
So what's Desert Esri?
Yeah, exactly.
They travel in single files.
Dying in the desert, Joseph Sisko, and just
yeah.
I was watching that episode, and you can still get Sisko, Joe, Grandpa Joe Sisko, and Jake. They were all in desert garb from that.
Esri was. Oh no, we got Desert
Gascana Tucker.
Yeah. Do we get Gascana Archer?
Yeah. Zobral, I guess, is sort of deserting.
Oh, I forgot he exists. Yeah.
Who I also saw Clancy in Shawshank today too. So there were a lot of Star Trek alum.
He's so good. He's always a good quality when he turns up. I love him in Buckaroo Banzai as well. He's great quality there.
He was in Clone Wars as well. No, Rebels. Sorry, Star Wars Rebels. He's probably in the Clone Wars as well. He's been in everything. This is the Star Wars stream now. We're not going to talk about it.
Desert Philippa Giorgio. Let's try to rein it in because we're in the 3rd hour.
Yeah. Dip command. Dip rank number 55. That's no number 4, is it?
You could have Adam. Much better rank.
But you would have to spend.
Well,
You might have to
but
spend
see,
more.
that's the thing too. The difference between number 3 and number whatever you said, 44 or 45, is not that much.
It's like 20 points. Yeah.
There's
like a power gap of 1 and 2, and then the rest of them are like stacked like this.
Hold on, you're slandering. I'm going to get the real number here.
Okay, go for it. We'll wait for you to scroll.
I'll pour a third scotch.
It is actually 55 points, so suck on that.
Whoa.
Adam is a powerhouse.
Oh no, the difference of like 1% on my shuttles.
Potter. Your shuttles. Do it. Hey Bart, do the voice. Come on, stars.
I can't be smiling
Mr.
when I do
Potter.
it.
Your shuttles are lacking, Potter.
Mr. Potter, what would I get if I added a command of 1050 and a command base of 750?
Oh, covering all the franchises.
By Grepfar's hammer, what a savings. That's what you feel like when we make you say this, right?
A little bit.
Yeah. So essentially, we can equate this month's campaign to: do you want to fill out your collections? Because Captain Sulu was nothing until the expanded veteran. Like, he was essentially like, why are you keeping this crew? Like, this is essentially you want to fill out your collections, you pay your
Some
$10.
unknown heroic soul once labeled him Captain Sulu, and it was never true.
It's still true to a degree, because veteran can be filled out moderately easily, unless...
Well, you want all the purples at least.
Yeah,
Well, you
exactly.
could finish Vargas instead, and then you wouldn't have to do Sulu. So
That's true. Now there's an idea. Why even collect all this free crew? I might as well just not even play the campaign, let alone pay for it.
Just
retrieve Vargas 5 times in a row, and then you'll never have to do Sulu.
How did you guys do that in perfect sync? That was weird. It was like in stereo.
This is why we need Big on every week. He's my perfect brain counterpart.
you know they say about couples starting to look like each other after a while. So
It's kind of the evolution of the hair between the three of us is like gone, going, and luscious.
Well, so the thing is like I had Star's hair about 15 years ago, but
that's true. We actually have photographic proof of a young Big McLarge Huge.
Can we get that
right
like?
now, but it exists.
Can we get a bridge crew of like all 3 of you when you had like hair like my length, and then we can just put all 3 of us together?
I too had long, flowing, luscious locks.
Yeah, no, I've seen that Guardian of the Forever Behold.
Oh yeah.
So Ben in chat is congratulating us on
Thank
our
you.
anniversary, and I think that's a good segue
that
for
is.
a look back at
It is.
the
So
last 1 year of nonsense.
listen, we've got Ben coming back on June 9th. So again, we've said it before, submit your questions in. So that's coming up on Saturday. We're going to be doing some Star Trek Adventures, so tune in for that. And for everyone else paying attention, we are going to 2 weekly streams for Timelines Talks, talking about Star Trek Time. So it's going to be once every 2 weeks. Doesn't mean we're not going to do anything on the interim Wednesdays. I think me and Stars, you and me are going to sit and play a few Star Trek games. We're going to do some other fun Trek-related stuff, which should be fun, and for anyone else as well wants to join on that. So the Wednesday stream is still going to be here, but we're going to be talking about Timelines once every 2 weeks. And that will sort of correlate with the 2 weekly release of Crew, which is quite good because we can get more in a lump. So that would be good. But I'm going to segue into I didn't have enough time to do another 6 months of Timelines Talks in a compilation. I left it far too late, and that's on me. But I have done the rest.
Well,
of
you had
2020.
this like job thing you had to do. I don't know. It sounded stupid when you were explaining it to me.
Full-time job is, yeah. If I could do this for a living, if this wasn't like 30 to 40 viewers and 300 to 400, yeah, maybe. But that'd be great. But unfortunately, I do have to pay for this new house and basement that I've just bought. So, but yes, it has been a year. It's been fantastic, and I just want to say, like, guys, I said this last 6 months ago, but I'm always absolutely grateful that I found you in the game. I'm grateful that you invited me into the book, and I said I want to do a podcast or a show, and you guys said, yeah, let's do it. And then we've had not just us sitting around going, oh, you're going to talk about the crew and do this, but we've actually had a genuine laugh doing this, and it's been so great to found you guys to do this with. So I'm eternally grateful to the 3 of you for all our guests and for everyone that's come, and to WRG Ben, for everyone that's got to come on this in this last year. Sounds like a eulogy. It's not. But, for everyone that's come.
We're all just gonna fade out. Like,
yeah. But for everyone,
we'll turn back into puppets.
It's been a fun year, and I can't wait. I really
We're
can't
going
wait
to
to
push
do more.
the show out onto the lake, and then we're going to fire a phaser to light it on fire.
But weirdly, the phaser will go in an arc like
A
that.
Star Trek Viking burial, yeah. You got to arc the phaser.
You said like a boat on the lake, and for whatever reason, I pictured the end of that bit from Godfather 2 with Fredo, and I was like picturing like,
Don't spoil it, I haven't seen it yet.
What? It's like 1970s.
I'm literally watching Godfather today. I was going to do the trilogy. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh.
All right, hold on. You tell him, and then give me the signal when you're back.
Yeah, so the bit on the lake with like Fredo, where like he gets shot in the back of the head.
Oh, right.
Just like that, but it's like the timeline's we don't even have.
Is the hair flip the signal? I was waiting.
Yeah, you're all good now. You're all
Bruce
good.
Willis was dead the whole time.
Oh,
My
man.
God.
Darth Vader was his father. Weird.
Yeah.
Okay. On that note, thank you everyone much for coming for the stream. We'll see you in a couple of weeks, or we will see you in a week if you want to come and check out some Star Trek games and stuff like that from myself, from Stars from Big. Stick around. I'm going to play the next best of clip, which I'll also put on YouTube later as well. So, guys, thank you very much for joining us.
Chat is disabled for this live stream. Oh, we're doing better.
What conditioner does Worf use? Because there is some product.
With a decent.
Said a little not post-mortem, not pre-mortem. Chat is disabled for this live stream. Oh, we're doing better already.
Fantastic. Okay, there is a stream running. Okay, take two. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our 6-month anniversary where nothing ever goes wrong. We never have technical problems. And it is the #1 premium exclusive show on the internet talking about Star Trek timelines. I am joined. Otto, do you want to have a chat about a video we've got now? We've actually got independent videos on our YouTube channel as well as the stream stuff.
No.
Okay, so
Sandbags up, right?
and you can see why I'm replacing you.
And every time I see that, all I can think of his beard is touching the top of the mud, and it gets dirty. I'm like, oh, go clean that.
No, he just sort of...
What do you expect?
I don't know. I just don't want my.
It's a mud bath. If I get my beard dirty, it's all off then.
He sort of walks back to his quarter. Oh, it's in my hair. It's like, you've got to admit though, what conditioner does Worf use? Because there is some product in his hair. Because that is every time he turns up for shift, that is immaculate.
I think it's cool shit, and he was one of the dominant arena boomsticks for a while. Mud managed to land, 3 successive megas with a decent
posted a little not post-mortem, not pre-mortem, what's the word? During mortem. So you can follow along with
As you're done.
Amazing.
no one hires me for the words and stuff. I'm just here for the shopping and the reactions and the voices. So if you'd like to follow along, follow along with Commander Sinclair's progress, you can do so on the forums.
Friends for a date. Bashir O'Brien, constant good friends. Tilly and Reno, actually friends for, well, if not friends, then, you know, well-working colleagues. Obrist and Paris, are they talking outside of Voyager? Is he sending messages going, "Miss you, bud"?
He's my pen
Every
pal.
day he's just texting back going, "Meet up soon. Transwarp over."
Nobody could calculate an incursion like you.
I've shown you the best material today.
I'll tell you what, listen.
Isn't that the episode where they sort of Riker tries to hail them and they're just like black and he's like, "No, fuck you," and they're like,
Yeah, they'll only talk to the man in charge.
And they basically
I
all sat in.
got this image of like Riker opening alien frequencies, and he opens his mouth, and the other guy's like, "Fuck you!"
He hadn't grown the beard yet at that point, so he didn't have the power and authority
Oh,
to speak
he's
for the
such a
NSA.
baby face.
I was
do
just
love-
about to say.
By the
Riker,
way,
he's such a baby face.
minor spoilers for Lower Decks, but that happened because I'm trying to catch up with my wife for watching it, and at some point, two people are on comm, and one of them goes, "No, fuck you." I'm like, "Thank you. How many years of Star Trek have we had?" And no one just went, "Fuck you," and hung up the call.
I finish him. If not, screw it. It's your life.
He's one of those aggressively average cards. I mean, he's in that kind of Kolinar Spock kind of no man's land where it's like you're not going to
Kolinar
use.
Spock is better than this guy. Kolinar Spock at least has like Vulcan and is like a relatively uncommon dip base. This guy is just sitting here with his soup like, boy, I sure hope someone picks me in the hold eventually.
Just describe one of your friends to me. Oh yeah, Jim. Yeah, he's aggressively average.
He's just sitting there innocently doing nothing.
How dare you, that bastard!
For fans of the Timelines Talks drinking game, this is WRG Ben's favorite card as well. I think he designed it from the ground up. So,
I thought we weren't going to kiss his ass this week.
sorry, Ben, your card sucks, dude. 10 points to Robert Kaiser in chat, who says this has been an aggressively average show today. You are correct.
I'll take it.
This,
I'll take
yes,
it
this
over
has
bad.
been aggressively average. And 2 stars on Dahar Master Kang.
You're right. This is interesting.
This is interesting.
Thank you for joining us. We'll see you guys next week right here.
And we're out. Roll
No,
film.
take Kang.
Kang.
Call it a day.
All right, hold on. So
Why does
we
no one want Palmer?
Yeah,
I
you
will
have a
die
weird
on
thing
this
with her.
hill. She was an astronaut.
You can die on that hill all you like. You'll get buried along with everyone else.
It's weird hill to die on, but at least you'll be dead.
Wow.
They do this weird thing involving a turkey. I don't know.
Just don't try to win an event on Thanksgiving weekend. I don't recommend it.
See, I wasn't going to mention that.
We're 5 minutes in and I'm already getting stellar advice.
How long since we said we're going to have Stella on the show again have you been preparing that?
Honestly, that one was off the cuff. I'm pretty happy about how that went.
It's tap heavy, but like the people who win are up for 40 hours, 70 hours. You know, they take little micro naps here and there, and I don't know if I would have the stamina for that. I would definitely try to get as many copies of her as I could, but I'm not confident I could win a skirmish because I don't know if I have the patience to literally be playing for 4 days straight.
Don't worry, Stellar Ice. Only weirdos go for top 1 finishes and skirmishes. I don't know.
Wait. Sorry, who would do that, Stars? Anyone you know?
I can't think of anyone. Wait.
You moron.
Right.
Yes. Right. Bonus with disco characters. Is that correct?
Yes, mirror bonus
Yes.
with disco theming.
Yes, so we don't actually have the Discovery character bonus, which
The
we
feel of a discovery.
essence of Discovery as it's presented to you in the Mirror Universe style.
The essential oils of a discovery.
Have to look at that and see if that changes him somewhat.
I'm looking at that now. Yeah, it's tiny. He's going from 81 to 172 to 82 to 180.
Oh, okay.
So he's getting 1 extra point on the low end and 8 on the high end.
It's a minor adjustment, but it is worth keeping in mind that we say, oh, Voyager 160. These crew are stacked very close together, so that could end up being 20, 30 Voyager ranks.
Yeah.
We're not quite sure. We'll have to have a looker at Booker later.
Oh my god. Oh, good lord. I wish 7 had stayed.
Yeah, you're stuck with me.
Looking at okay, we have a few more here. Okay. Get all the Vorix. Get like 100 copies of everyone's favorite Vulcan engineer. You will be the envy of your fleet and crush those nodes. You can get an army of Vorix for $249.99. It doesn't actually... oh, hang on a minute. I've never seen... Have you seen this deal?
I've taken that deal.
The 3-star Vorik? Good deal.
Clearly
deal,
still
yeah. Yes, welcome ladies and gentlemen to another edition of Timelines Talks, the premium #1 show, the premium elusive treasures of Timelines Talk shows developed all... No, fucked it.
You've been doing so well!
I was trying to be creative on the fly. This is the show dedicated to Star Trek Timelines, the mobile game, which you're probably all playing right now instead of watching this, and good on you, thank you very much. I am joined by...
Well, I didn't notice him, but let me try to give you the TLDR, and I can't believe we buried it this deep in the show, because the three of us are big stats nerds. I mean, that's sort of how we interact with the game.
Those numbers.
All the crew, the spreadsheets, the stats and stuff, so...
Little known fact, when Otto was meeting up with his wife, he was like, I have a number 3 dip rank. And she was like, I have a number 2 dip rank. And that was how the romance started.
All right, I'm not going to go down that. I'm not going to go down that white rabbit hole.
And she was like, did you know I have an amazing command role?
Yeah. The proficiencies are ample, let's say that.
Award-winning writer is going to just like blow it out of the water. I don't see it. Sorry, Idle, I'm stepping all over.
You're okay.
You're a lovely
no,
man.
it's fine. I will never stop. I will never stop one of your rants. What I was going to say.
It also... Well, yeah. Sorry, my turn.
Shut your goddamn mouth!
I mean, she doesn't have the braid. No, she doesn't have a hat. No hat, no cat. But she does have those amazing braids, which I was always kind of saying when Disco 3 starts. I want that Burnham with the braids, and yay, she's a mega legendary. So I'm happy about that.
Idle, I know this may be somewhat of a touchy subject with you, but like, don't you think that hair is basically just a different kind of hat?
You're not wrong. It's an organic hat for your head. It's not a touchy subject. I'm at one with myself. I'm not jealous at all, you fucker.
No, I'm just picturing Idle walking into Garrick's tailoring shop and asking for an organic hat.
Ethically sourced.
I would like one of your finest, aggressively average hats, please. Thank you.
Oh, no.
Every time I try to get someone into a show, I'm like, yeah, the first season sucks, but then it really gets better. And they're like,
but that's Star Trek.
I gotta sit through the first season, really?
No, but that's the Next Generation. That's Deep Space Nine. That's
yeah, it's every Star Trek, actually. It's every Star Trek. Apart from TOS, but TOS gets a pass because it was the original.
All of it's terrible.
I knew someone was going to go there.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Fired.
Oh, I think I've got to say Torpedo Surgeon McCoy. I don't recall a lot of Explorers, but I would definitely let McCoy guide a homing missile into my torpedo bay.
Whoa, what?
I'm sorry, do you want to say that again?
No, I really don't, because that's the only analogy.
No, I just want to have like a picture of like Idle, and then like it says, well, thing's gonna have a tailpipe.
Okay, so we picked this crew, obviously, because of that line, which is very applicable right now. I'd pay real money if these two would shut up. So
Hey,
I don't
nice
know.
bit of mould on cheese, get a nice Stilton going. Hey, what's wrong with that? Get that cheese to sick bay.
I have to say, yeah, one of my
love
favorite
cheese.
stories. It's so friggin' absurd. He's pasteurizing cheese or whatever, and somehow that infects the entire ship's gel packs and grinds the ship to a halt. That is so goofy.
Who made the ship out of Gouda?
Well, it was a good idea at the time.
Gouda.
No more puns like Kemen Barrett.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Previously on Timelines Talks.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, after about an hour of testing settings, we are here to open Captain Hank McCoy's packs.
We are in search of one wharf.
You are Ben's developer pack, was very gracious to include Finn's favorite character.
All right, okay, come on.
Right in the door. Hit me.
Q. Oh, Soup Picard.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good start.
Man, you get a lot of beholds.
Yeah,
Wait, Worf's parents. Hello, if anyone's going to bring Worf, it's got to be his parents.
No, I don't want them. No, you know what? Let's take Enterprise E Picard in honor of Ben. In honor of Ben.
Right.
Come on, luck of the Ben. Come on. Yeah, no, I'm not happy about this. This is way too much. Come on. It's a mixture between extremely excited and terrified. God damn it, Q! I am in a glass case of emotion right now.
Nope.
Come on, please. What the fuck? Why?
Right.
Come on, luck of the Ben. Come on. In honor of Ben. What the hell is this? Come on!
The switch is stuck on Saru.
I don't look, you can't hurt me. Oh, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Shut up. No, don't. I can't watch.
It is down to fate now.
I feel bad. I feel like I'm gonna be sick.
Oh, we have a hold. Are you making
fuck
more?
It, I don't care. The Binar, take the Binar, I don't care.
Binar for good luck? Saru.
Assimilate this.
And now, the conclusion.
They don't come along at an incredible clip, so if you're just hoping events will bring the answer, well, they did in this case, but you're looking at... By the way, that was me sliding my cup across the table, if you heard that, all right? I don't want to hear any accusations.
Silence on set.
I have a bowel movement before the show.
God,
so anyway... We can edit this out, right? So last time, and...
here we go. He's got receipts.
Okay.
So
we were talking about the Borg rhomboid as a shape for one of their ships, and I said, "Isn't that like a system?" And you guys look at me like I had two heads. The rhomboid Dronica Sector 001 was featured in TNG episode Samaritan Snare. So with the Packlets, that's where the Packlets got stranded in the rhomboid Dronica star system. Oh, please, like you don't know 10 times as much about Star Trek.
Oh God. Oh my God, I can't believe you brought that back. So more lateral thinking. And my candidate for a Christmas crew was young Spock from Search for Spock. Because he died, and in the third movie, he rose again.
Oh my God. You're so proud of yourself for that, aren't you? Are you happy?
I'm happy with that one.
Micro Hopper in chat rightfully points out that would be Easter Spock that rose again. So, folks, you can look forward to this joke being brought up in a few months again.
Oh yeah, no, it's a twofer. Great, I'll have to make a note of that. Put it down my calendar.
Put it on the show notes.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. To the most prestigious event in Star Trek Timeline's history. The #1 premium anticipated event of the year. The Timelines Talks Award Show 2020.
I always put on my suit when I watch Borg movies.
Hey man, you got to pull out the film. You got to get to work.
Okay, and our win. I didn't prepare any drum roll music. I'm so apologetic. Our winner is A Little Stroll. Wins the category for best collection of 2020.
Nepotism. Who picked the winner here?
It was the critics' choice.
Critics.
These are all planned out well ahead of time. Of course they were.
I put down 4 bowls of food in front of the pictures, and whichever one my cat walked over to and started eating from, that's who the winner was.
If I know cats, she probably just looked at it and went, "What are you feeding me?" and walked away.
Walked out of the room.
Yeah, that's why the door was labelled a 5th option.
Community issues with the game this year. We thought, as we're rounding up the year, we might as well go and sort of round them up. Please take it away.
I feel really bad because Ben is having fun in the chat asking if we really want to go.
Not anymore.
This guy's all day.
Oh.
No. Shall we talk about the biggest whale in the room, the offer wall, which happened this year, which of course we had quite a hand in talking about 3 hours worth of drinks talking about, I think.
I fucking quit.
Literally.
Actually, I do have to say, we did have the drunk stream because of it, so it wasn't all bad. I did have fun getting totally smashed and not knowing what beholds we were pulling, so.
Yeah.
How have you gotten so many fucking golds? I went 40 packs without a gold today.
Yes.
Immortalized forever.
Absolutely. Yeah.
No name namer says, "Stop stars, you're not getting another war." That's what you think.
Yeah, not now.
That's what you think.
And next week Ben has cancelled. No, I'm joking. Okay, and the winner for this category. The winner for this category is, of course, it's the offer wall. It was the community decided.
Anyway, here's offer wall.
Yeah. Anyway.
So anyway, it's offer wall.
We must have made that joke on the stream. We must have.
I can't.
I'm sure Big
remember if I
McLarge you did.
Okay.
All right, we got to do
In the category of Best Premium #1 Talk Show of the Year, Timelines Talks.
Oh, what it is? It's a tough category. There's been a lot of people this year come in for this one. The votes were very tight. There was,
so many deserving winners. Really.
So many deserving winners and a lot of snubs. There couldn't have been any one, but I believe I have the award here for the #1 premium show of the year. It's Timelines Talks. Oh, guys, we did it!
Hey!
We did it!
Congratulations, fellas!
That makes this whole terrible year absolutely worth it.
I smell so lovely. I smell like roses. Who knew?
We have a dusty annex of bits and jokes and segments that we taped and never used. So maybe some year we'll just play all of those for fun.
I think that's not the first time that flag's been out, is it?
Is that a euphemism? What? Oh, the flag. No, I used it for another segment.
So don't.
By the way, you look like the least threatening version of Rambo I've ever seen. With that head. You look like Rambo's younger cousin or something that he let tag along to go blow up some bad guys in Vietnam or something. You got it wrapped around the headphones too. It's just like the cherry on
Rambo
top.
blows up Afghanistan. Idol blows up Guernsey.
On Interface and Forge, 2 stars on Prisoner Katrina Cornwall. This is an interesting one.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening to anything you said. Now I gotta wait for the stream to catch up. Chaotic.
So most abusive host goes to
I don't need you guys, all right? I fly jets all day.
I am going to say goodbye, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for coming out to us through the year. Thank you for coming to our award ceremony, and we'll hopefully be doing this again next year and many more things. So, from myself, from Auto, and a sincere apology from Stars, we will see you next year.
Love you all.